What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Chatting with the Comic Community. It's your boy Sean, aka Stay Puff 1983, and I have already a steam panel here to talk some nostalgic Saturday morning cartoons. The good old days when Saturday mornings was a holy day for all of us. So right now I have my first time being on the show with me, Life with Two YouTubers.
Hi, how are you guys?
Awesome, man. It's great to have you two on. Hopefully we can have you guys on for another show, whenever as possible. And I'm hoping to be on Rena's show one day.
Oh yeah, we would love to have you. Absolutely. Tonight we're gonna have Hialeah, so we're super excited. We're going through everybody we possibly can in the community, but it's a huge honor to be on your show. Thank you so much. We're so excited to walk down memory lane.
Yep, thank you. We got from Austria, Varangian Vigilante has joined us again. What is going on?
Yeah, I'm in the perfect mood for Saturday morning cartoons. I'm in my pajama like every day in the last weeks, and all hail Megatron.
That's it. Another first-time appearance. My best friend from my comic shop, Al. What is going on? Epic Comics in the house.
What's going on, guys? Very excited to talk some Saturday morning cartoons, which I still watch now as an adult. So let's go.
So do we.
That's it. Hialeah Comic Bro in the house. What is going on, brother, with the Oakland Raider gear on?
Yeah, man, it's NFL draft weekend, so I've been wearing my Raider stuff all week. And I'm super excited to talk some cartoons, man. I was a freak back in the day.
Awesome. And, of course, my boy Stone Cold Steve.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, Steve-O?
Man, I was playing music through my little stereo thing, and I couldn't see why I was lagging so bad, and then I could hear Sean talking in the other room.
You're still lagging.
Still lagging big time.
Steve is dropping some sick beats.
Man, that is... What the heck, man?
It's all right.
Yeah, this is the first time you actually have major lag issue on the show.
I might not have my Wi-Fi on. Let me check.
He's the Jeff. He's going to be Jeff this week.
No way. No way.
I want to give a shout out to the chat. We got Kurt Brown. I like with two YouTubers. Mr. Garrow, he calling me the king, but you're the king. When you going to return as the bad guy, Razor Ramon?
Oh, dude, I don't want to see that again.
G back in the house. What's going on? You got Kavi, Comic Book NYC. Then R.A. Random Wolf. Rena, how's it going?
Hi, Rena. She's at work. She's working at the grocery store today. So be safe, honey. We love you.
Awesome, man.
Man, Jeff gave me his internet, man. What'd he do?
I told you.
Man, don't worry about it, man. Hopefully it don't stick around. But
I'm going to turn off the rest of my computer. It should be on. Maybe I can hook my Wi-Fi.
I want to start out by saying, with this episode being about Saturday mornings and what it meant to us, I want to ask each member of the panel what Saturday mornings meant to you growing up as a kid. I'm going to start with Life with Two YouTubers. Sharon?
Oh, man, you lived for Saturday morning. Saturday morning, you waited all week. You through school and you couldn't wait. That was the only time you were actually happy to get up early in the morning so that you could run downstairs and get in front of the TV and watch really cool cartoons that were on. Those were really the days. Cartoons nowadays, forget about it. There's nothing even good on anymore. But no, you lived for Saturday morning. Absolutely.
Exactly, man. What Saturday mornings meant to you growing up as a kid?
It's a fun thing because, of course, as you know, I'm from Austria. And so we got a nice mixture of US TV shows and Japanese TV shows. So animation and cartoons basically were our Saturday morning cartoon, but Saturday morning cartoon was still a thing. So of course, every Saturday I woke up at I think 5 a.m. and watched the first cartoons until 12 o'clock. And it was a magical time. It was really a time that totally formed me as a human being. And of course, all the important life lessons from He-Man and from Captain Planet made, I think, our generation better humans.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
I would agree with that.
Ow. Saturday morning.
Man, Saturday morning for me was like it was said earlier. You went through the week just for Saturday. Saturday kicked off the weekend. Saturday meant fun, and it all started in the morning with a big old bowl of cereal, and you'd hang out and you'd watch some of your shows. And to tag along with what he just said as well, like going back and looking at the cartoons that I think that we grew up with, you look at some of the messages that maybe we didn't really know that we were getting at the time, with good versus bad and your Captain Planets and all that other kind of stuff. But you were learning. You were really learning responsibility and doing the right thing and all that kind of stuff. And I don't see that now that I have kids. I don't see that in a lot of or barely any of what they watch now. So Saturday morning was also, you were learning, but you didn't really know that you were learning at the same time.
Yep.
Which is the best learning.
And then you had the Schoolhouse Rock songs too that you sung all the time. Hiya, bro. What's going on, man? What Saturday morning meant to you?
Man, you guys touched on pretty much all the topics, man. I would look forward to it every week. There was only we only had 3 or 4 channels, so everybody was watching the same cartoons. And I even remember being in summer school or during the summer, and the comics would advertise the new lineup for the fall cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
And me and my friends would study that. Oh my God, we're getting Batman, we're getting this. And it was just pure joy. And it's true what they're saying. A lot of life lessons, man, that I don't think kids get nowadays. That is definitely a great point. I am in total agreement with that. We learned right from wrong. We learned empathy. We learned how to treat each other. The Schoolhouse Rock. We learned history. We learned government. I'm just a bill, and oh my God.
I'm just
good
a bill. Conjunction, junction,
junction. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys can hear me.
I'm all sitting here whispering the
Yeah.
song so long.
Junction, what's that function? Oh my God.
Yep, man. That's a classic, man.
Remember, he was all, I'm just a bill.
Yeah.
They showed us those in elementary,
Timeless.
and everyone would cheer.
Timeless.
Yeah, they last. They stick with you forever.
Yeah.
And when you're young, you humming those tunes, all the lyrics and stuff. So when you start a conversation, and the moment you bring up conjunction junction, somebody's gonna fall over with what's your function.
Yeah.
See, what Saturday mornings meant to you, man?
Man, I love Saturday mornings. Getting up, watching cartoons, and Ultraman. Ultraman was my favorite, though. I must admit. Speed Racer, Flintstones. I watched Underdog. Everything that, as long as I could watch.
Oh, we
kick me
still
out
have Underdog. Oh, Underdog.
Oh, you should show them that clip of Rena saying, "Would you like to sniff the flower?"
I raised my kids to be enormous nerds. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's so many innuendos in children cartoons.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. The prime time, the new lineups were huge in the fall.
Yeah, every Friday night they used to show those specials. For getting ready for the Saturday morning, I couldn't wait for that, man. Because the anticipation when they showed those little teaser commercials on the new shows, along with the old shows, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for September. September was like that special month, and that's my birthday month too. As you know, Sharon, birthday month September. Get ready for new cartoons.
Yep, we have the same birthday. Yep.
Awesome, man. Man, what Saturday morning meant for me was, it was like an escape from what we go through in school. Just want to get out of school and prepare for the weekend. You're going to have fun, watching Saturday morning cartoons with that big bowl of cereal. You got like 3-4 channels. And sometimes you did not like when your favorite shows was on at the same time.
That's
Like,
tough.
like you gotta flip the channels on the commercial breaks, and sometimes there's certain scenes that you don't want to miss, but you want to go back to the other channel to watch the other show. So I'd be like, God damn, this is tough right here. And then of course, you watch all those shows, and then you go out to have fun on the afternoons. So Saturdays was such a great day in general.
Yeah.
Because you just enjoyed life and how it was presented. And Saturday morning was the start of that. Saturday morning set the tone for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And that's what made Saturday morning such a special day for us growing up.
And the wonderful thing is also experience all these shows for the first time. I still remember I was there when the Turtles debuted on German television. And the first time I heard that theme, and it was really like so, oh my God, my life has changed.
Ninja Turtles, baby.
Yeah.
We got the first set. Man,
I didn't like them. I didn't like the Turtles that much till I knew they ate like pizza. I was like, the Turtles like pizza. They must be cool. Let me check them out.
Yo, man, I probably watched this show like crazy.
Yeah.
And
You've seen the
at the time I remember Turtles, Ghostbusters, and then this group. I showed Rena them this Alvin and the Chipmunks. Man, they'll probably never put this out on DVD, the series, because of the whole music rights. Because they sung all the 80s hits, all the 70s. They did it all. I remember the episode when they did Michael Jackson's "Beat It," and they was working the clothes on and stuff. It was awesome, man.
I remember watching a few Turtles episodes back in the day, and then I was in a grocery store and bought one of the comics, and it was a reprint of the original Mirage comics, and it was like, damn, that's brutal. And suddenly I was an adult.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
comics
man.
were definitely more brutal than the cartoon series.
Yeah.
They had to definitely lighten it up. Whereas I think Shredder dies in like the first or second issue. They went for blood in that old comic book, man.
Yeah, I read one of these when one of these reprints of when they fought in space against the Triceratops things.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, that's
They
cool.
had to fight for life and death in the arena.
Bro, I remember when Rena had the background, a pup named Scooby Doo, and the whole Scooby Doo run. Bro, I watched Scooby Doo so much back in the day. Oh, there he is.
Oh, dude,
Oh, yeah.
I was scared watching Scooby Doo, man. I watched that as a kid, man. I used to be scared of Scooby Doo, man.
Man, all Scooby wanted was a Scooby
Scooby-Doo
snack, man. What are you
classic.
scared for?
I used to
You have all
I
those
know, right? Scooby, him and Shaggy were like the biggest stoneheads in there.
Yeah. The only
And
thing they wanted was
who
food.
likes
They didn't care about
Scooby-Doo?
nothing else.
Nobody.
And then Fred with his "Let's Split Up" gang. I'm like, man, he always want to split up and take Daphne with him on his side. Her and Velma.
They still make the movies. I mean, even now, Frank Welker still is the voice of Fred, and he does Scooby-Doo now. So, I mean, they're still kicking those movies out even now.
No.
You know,
The new one should be going straight to DVD, if I'm not mistaken, because of everything that's going on.
Right.
now.
Yeah, but I mean, just watch that.
And the Game Master. That series was so awesome, even though it was a very different interpretation of Simon Belmont. And way too late I found out that there was Mega Man in it because it didn't look like Mega Man.
Bro, I remember that Mega Man cartoon in the 90s, man.
Oh yeah, that had this weird, mesmerizing techno theme.
Yeah. And it had awesome theme song, too.
Yeah.
Fighting robot. Mega Man.
And of course, you can do a Bano and Super Mario in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yeah, I was just telling Sharon that earlier with the Captain Lou Albano and the rap song.
Yeah.
Yes, the Mario.
And bring up out.
The Littles. There was the Littles. We are the
Oh
littles.
man, I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
that they lived up, that they were the little guys.
Yeah, the little.
And I don't know that I ever showed you the Rena loved the littles. Oh my gosh. Yeah, when she was little, get it?
That those cartoons were really well done. though. They were really well done.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah. Well, and Care Bears, that was probably one you guys didn't watch. You know, with the Care Bear stare with Funshine Bear and Grumpy Bear and
Grumpy Bear.
yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of Ghost Story.
Yeah, I didn't watch
Yeah,
none of
Ghost
that.
Story with Care-
I was just watching Gravity Falls.
Okay, I'll tell it very quickly.
And in the
So
Gravity Falls-
basically, my sister
Okay.
got this Care Bear electronic thing that sings, and it's been sitting on our shelf for a very, very long time.
Sunshine Bear.
Yeah, and the thing has been inactive, and it was low on battery, and it didn't work until one night. Literally, it just started going off over and over and over by itself.
Here's the picture he said of you. Now you don't
Yeah.
like the Care Bears anymore.
No, it's okay. But yeah, me and Rena were finally just like, "Can you please stop?" And it did stop, and we were like, "Oh,
It's creepy.
Yeah.
So, of all the cartoons, what would you guys say is your favorite?
Saturday morning or
Yeah.
I say anytime, man.
Yeah,
Because
Saturday
Saturday
morning.
mornings I play baseball, so I didn't get to
My-
see cartoons that
My
much.
it's been always for me. My top 3 favorite was Ninja Turtles, Real Ghostbusters, and Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like those are my top 3 because I loved those 3 shows as a kid. But I gotta give some love to Transformers.
Yeah. Transformers and He-Man was definitely the Transformers, He-Man, and Dino Riders were my favorite shows as a child.
Dude, this is tough.
All right, Lahalia, go because you're going my direction.
All right. I guess my favorites was Johnny Quest. I freaking love Johnny Quest. This is really hard, man. And dude, Johnny Quest. I'm gonna do the Tarzan that used to be on CBS. I used to love that show. And my all-time favorite is a cartoon that was actually from Japan. It was called but they played it here in the States in the 70s. It was Star Blazers.
Oh, I
That
watched
was,
reruns of that. That was
I
dope.
would get up from school. I would get up every day a half hour early just to catch that and then go to school. It was so good.
Wow.
And that was one of my favorite Japanese shows that played German television.
Captain.
But they only played 13 episodes until they realized it wasn't for children and then canceled it.
That looks kind of like the Star Blazers. It's very.
It's really like the art is so amazing. And this really. Captain Harlock up to today is my favorite space opera.
Awesome, man. So who wants to go next on one of their favorites? All right, Liz, you said what was yours again?
Star Blazers.
Star Blazer.
Yeah.
Well, mine were older than that. Mine were for sure. Underdog was number 1 by far. The Flintstones and Speed Racer. I love Speed Racer, man.
Oh, dude, I love
It's one of
Speed
my
Racer too.
favorites, man.
I love Speed Racer too. I always wanted to be Racer X.
Hey, Sean, when I knew we were doing this, I was up last night watching Speed Racer, Racer X. I watched the whole episode. I was like, damn, they're still good.
And Bake just mentioned the Captain Harlock movie. That's sort of a reboot. It's the movie is amazing, but it sort of fucks with the whole lore. So on its own, it's good, but it's like Alien Covenant. It's the more you like Captain Harlock, the more you cringe when you watch the movie.
Man, 84 bringing up Herculoids and Birdman.
Dude, Herculoids was awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I watched that, Birdman, and Thundar the Barbarian.
So funny, yeah.
That was my shit back when you used to watch the replays on Cartoon Network.
God, dude, how is it that you can't pick 3 cartoons, man? You guys have already named cartoons since I went and I just spoke, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, I like that one. How can I leave out Speed Racer? How can I leave up Thundar? It's like, come on.
Yeah, He-Man.
Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget was fun. I
liked Inspector.
I think that was my favorite theme song, the Inspector Gadget. So good.
Well, I don't think the Banana Splits count as a cartoon.
Man, I love the Banana Splits though.
But their song was
Fraggle Rock wasn't either. Fraggle Rock was a really good one, and that wasn't a cartoon.
Yeah,
those are Muppets.
Yeah.
Hey, we didn't hear from Al.
So
yeah, let's hear what Al's got.
So like for what it's worth, like Ninja Turtles was a big deal for me when I was a kid. Like G.I. Joe's and Ninja Turtles was like my childhood for the most part. But I'm gonna go a little bit early '90s for me. What hooked me to make sure that I was up every morning, and even when I traveled, it never really dawned on me that like when you went from a different city or a different state, that the times weren't the same, and it blew my mind as a kid because I would sit in front of the TV to watch X-Men, and there was no X-Men, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is like you're looking at your watch, like I know it's supposed to be on right now, but for me, I'd go a little bit more early 90s. I'm like 11, 12, 13 years old, and I'm looking at the X-Men, the Spider-Man cartoons. A lot of the kids WB like Freakazoid, Animaniacs I thought was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, now as an adult, you go back and watch Animaniacs now. There's so many innuendos that I'm like, holy cow, how did that even get on?
Pinky in the Brain, man.
Yeah,
Pinky in the Brain was awesome.
Brain.
Batman Adventures.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big comic book guy, so anything like Spider-Man, X-Men related, sign me up.
But the most underrated 90s cartoon is Conan the Adventurer.
That is, I somehow knew Reggie would get that one in there. Baby.
And the German dubbing was so strange because they used like terms from other fantasy franchises. And as a role player back in the day was like, why are you using something from the Dark Eye? It's
I even used to love Tennessee Tuxedo because Get Smart was the voice. And they had the Walrus. They were great. They had 3 little segments. They had the Go-Go Gophers. They talked. Remember how they talked, Sean? They were like, him, say 'em, you 'em, dumb. That's how they talked. They used to kill me, man.
I'm Rudy Simeon bringing up the Goodfellas from Animaniacs, yo.
Yeah. I know Simeon's seen them all, them cartoons, man.
I remember seeing the Goodfellas as a kid, and then the first time when I watched the Goodfellas, I was like, oh my god, it's them.
Hey, Sean, my brother brought up a episode of the Flintstones, and it's got Fred and Barney smoking cigarettes. They're smoking Marlboros. They're like a commercial for Marlboros. I said, what? They go, let's go around back where the girls won't see us. And they're smoking out.
Oh, jeez.
You can look it up. It's hilarious, man.
That influence was real back then, man.
Yeah.
They were real. They were like, let's go back here where we can get away with it. And they're just smoking it up, man.
There was
Cigarettes.
Coke.
Bro, that's another DVD I forgot to bring. Gargoyles. That was such an underrated
That was awesome.
Disney cartoon.
What's awesome about that is I'm actually rewatching Gargoyles now with my son, which is pretty rad. Being able to like through streaming services and DVDs and everything to be able to rewatch these with your kids. And I'm sure some of y'all can relate. Like, it's awesome seeing them experience. Like, he's like, oh, well, what's going to happen next? And I'm like, I know what's going to happen next. But I'm not saying a thing because I want to be able to see, like, I get a kick out of just seeing the enjoyment on his face now of some of the storylines and some of the stuff that I liked as a kid. So that, to be fair, being able to re-experience that through them is pretty rad.
Yeah, remember, you know what's coming up and you know what's going on, how you're like, oh, yeah, this is a good one.
You're like, oh, keep watching.
And
we can always gonna bring up Darkwing Duck.
Franchise.
Darkwing Duck.
Bro, that entire Disney afternoon lineup was fucking amazing, man.
And the video games, I loved them. Like the tiny, the Darkwing Duck video game was also so awesome. And what I really liked also in the Darkwing Duck cartoon, that was so sarcastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the same like the Legend of Zelda cartoon, and Link was such a sarcastic douchebag. It was hilarious. Excuse me, princess.
I know I was the only one that thought Link was actually Zelda.
I think as a kid,
Yeah.
When I found out,
Legend of Zelda's the guy. The game's about the guy, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you find out that it's opposite. So
that's funny though.
To this day, I'll still catch people who are in their 20s and 30s and be like, "What do you mean? Zelda's not the guy?" I'm like, no.
Hey, Hialeah, you remember Speedy Gonzalez, right?
Oh yeah,
Poke Rodriguez.
Yeah, my cousin, the cousin Slowpoke Rodriguez, man. That's my last name. So
he said one episode he told the cat that was his cousin, but he was slow. He's slow, and the cat runs for him. He says, "I forgot to tell you, he carries a big gun, man. He had a gun like 5 times the size of him, and he shot the cat dead, man." I was like,
big old Cheech.
Yeah.
Man, we remember Gummy Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Gummy Bears.
Man, that show right there, bro. You talk about all the Disney cartoons back then had amazing theme songs. DuckTales, Gummy Bears, Chip and Dale.
Yeah, it was a time when we believed that Disney wasn't evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming from a guy who lives in Orlando, I can completely understand that.
Bro, Disney was on point back then. Like, they could do no wrong. From the movies and the animated cartoons, like, Tailspin was awesome.
Well, that's the afternoon. Like, for me, if I'm not mistaken, it was like Tailspin, Darkwing, DuckTales. Like, they hit you back. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Like, they got you at 4 back to back, man. You couldn't go. You came home from school, you put your backpack down, and you watch TV.
And the lore behind it, because it has such a great world building. In Tailspin, when he was always seemed to be traumatized by the Great War, and nobody knew what the Great War was in the context. And there's so many theories now on the world. And then, of course, you have this crossover that was never supposed to be a crossover with Darkwing Duck and DuckTales.
Yeah.
Because apparently,
Yeah, because Launchpad was in DuckTales first, and then he went to Darkwing Duck.
Correct.
Exactly, yeah.
I just liked it, the whole continuity with all the shows, you know, because it felt like it could have been a shared universe even then, you know, like it has it been like a massive crossover at the end. It was been amazing. You had Goof Troop, you had Bonkers, Aladdin came in, Timon and Pumbaa.
You watch any of the new stuff though, Sean? Like the newer DuckTales or any of the stuff they're putting out now?
Nah.
My kids watch it, and they're slowly bringing in some of the Darkwing characters, but like Darkwing is like a comic book, like Batman TV show kind of thing. So it's they're getting there. They're slowly building up that shared universe again.
That'd be nice. Yeah. That's awesome.
The animation is quite interesting, but I haven't watched it yet because there's also no place to watch it, and I'm too lazy to download something or stream something on the internet.
Man, the chat is just they are going crazy on the chat.
That's a good comment too. Someone saying that they were in band in college, but they would play DuckTales if they started to lose the crowd, which is like it's like synonymous. Like everybody knows that song. Like again, Disney and a lot of that Saturday morning cartoons, it didn't matter if the episode was good or bad. For the most part, that song would hit and you were hooked. Yeah, you were there.
Has anybody watched this? Is a Japanese on the Treasure Island, die Schatzinsel?
Can't say I have.
With Long John Silver, and it's.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if it did play, because I do remember a cartoon, the Treasure Island cartoon. I just don't remember watching it a lot.
So good. It's as it is Japanese, it is really more brutal and with darker themes.
I remember Pirates of Dark Water. Remember that show?
Man, no, but they had other titles here.
That show never got. Yeah, that show never got finished, and I was disappointed.
Yeah. There was never a bad episode of that, but they definitely didn't. They just stopped, just flat out stopped.
What show was that?
Pirates of Dark Water.
Pirates of Dark Water. Like they lived on this planet, but slowly the water was turning into like almost like a goopy, like a symbiote, kind of like a venom thing was taking over the world little by little, and there was supposed to be some way to stop it. And it was all pirates and everything. It was a good show.
They had to collect the 7 gems.
Yeah, something like
The
that.
7 treasures.
I don't remember.
I don't remember any of that.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never even heard of that.
Check it out. It's really good. It's made by Hanna-Barbera. And we all know Hanna-Barbera was the kings of making them cartoons back in the 60s to the 80s.
Yeah.
Shoot, all the sitcoms had awesome theme songs too. Almost every one of them. Jefferson's, Gilligan's Island. Everybody knew that. You know what it was when it came on. I mean, I don't know who they had doing their songs, but
I think even now, like something will come up and I'll pop a commercial from like the 80s in my head because it had a good jingle or it had a good theme song in it, and they don't use that anymore. I look at a lot of modern advertising, and it's all currently based to the kids today. But like you think back, like there's no good jingle. There's no somebody there's a phrase the other day on TV like avocados from Mexico, and I was like, oh okay, there's someone kind of using a catchphrase, but back when we were growing up, that's all there was a jingle or a hook that made you remember something.
Yeah.
You remember that, Hialeah? I like to buy the world of Coke.
Oh, come on. That was a beautiful. You hear that now, and it just brings back good memories.
Yeah, man, it was just
the
it
old
brings
Coke
back me going to my grandfather's house. He always had stacks of Cokes, man. That was the first thing I walked in to see if he had a bunch, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna drink all those.
Yeah, but it has to be
refrigerator.
But it has to be in one of those glass bottles.
It was in the glass bottles. They were in freaking on the old cartons with the glass. They'd each stacked 10 die.
Used to turn them in for money.
Yeah.
And another thing about Saturday morning cartoons that we all remember is the commercials, the advertisements, the toys.
Yeah.
Yes.
They sold the hell out of those toys. Like you see a McDonald's commercials and they show the Happy Meals and they got certain characters from a cartoon. You want a Happy Meal all the time you get there just to get all the characters.
Yeah, the moment somebody says commercial, I still remember like the Gong from MB, and there was Hero Quest. I need this.
Yeah.
Well, then they had the glasses too, where you could collect the glasses that had the characters on them, and you wanted to collect like all 6 of all the characters. I remember those. They had really good ones too.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff.
I used to get those. They used to be on Burger King. Used to advertise the cups, the glass cups, a lot.
Yep.
We only had McDonald's back then. There was no Burger King in Austria.
Oh,
Good
really?
choice, McDonald's still there.
I think the first time I went to Burger King was when I was a teenager.
Wow.
So I'm going to bring this up. I brought it up a few weeks ago with Biggie and Steve, but Smurfs or Snorks?
Smurfs.
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 I never watched the Star.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Or in Italy, they say Goofy.
I'm almost embarrassed to say that I watch the Smurfs every freaking week.
I watched them. I like the Smurfs. They were.
I love Gargamel.
Gargamel's the man.
I was always rooting for Azrael the cat.
Yeah,
I
the
was always
cat.
hoping
I like
she
the
would
cat.
be good.
Yeah.
Let's just say there's some very dark conspiracy theories behind the Smurfs.
Sharon, go back to the He-Man with my boy Skeletor on there.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
Okay.
awesome. I only saw it a second.
Okay.
I thought I was seeing things. Then I saw Smurf pop up.
Sean, I like that question. That was a good one. More
Yeah,
comparisons.
you even have like this, there's this, I think, from, I don't know where it's from, but it was this Father Abraham. He had like this Smurf song, and it was #1 in the chart back in the day. It's actually a very creepy song.
It's funny because when I first watched Snorks, I'm like, this is an underwater version of the Smurfs.
Yeah,
It's like, it was straight up underwater version. So I was like, I don't need to watch the same cartoon of another. So, but Snorks was good.
Well, what other ones can you think of that were comparisons of each other? Like you got the Snorks and the Smurfs.
I thought everything that tried to copy Power Rangers, and pretty much anything like from like
VR
you go to VR Troopers, Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Yep.
Then you had when Transformers was huge. You had Voltron, you had Ronin Warriors, and then everybody tried to do the Transformer style.
Yep. GoBots.
GoBots.
The GoBots.
But right the first Transformers was later, or was it?
Transformers in the 80s.
I know, but it was what or was it Micronauts or GoBots? Something that was actually first before Transformers, but Transformers was more
GoBots.
popular. They also have like this.
GoBots got there first, but it just they
Yeah,
didn't have the
I mean
character story.
Transformers was just so. It was life changing.
Yeah.
It was. It's like you watch it and you were like, "Oh my god, this is so epic." And everything is so cool. And then when I think back, wait, am I lagging?
No.
Okay.
No, we get you.
Okay. And when you think back at like when I look at the old toys, I have them way more modern and way more detailed in my head. And when I look at the G1 Transformers, it's like, how did I thought back in the days this look exactly like in the cartoon?
Dude, I had a ton of Micronauts, man.
Yeah. But what's really amazing, I think, is that in the new Transformers, the Siege figures, these are so awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That thing looks solid.
I know back in the day, this is one of my old childhood sound waves. SEC Soundwave was always my favorite.
Nice.
Very loose.
Man, I couldn't keep no toys. I was bad, man.
Man, Soundwave was the same voice actor who did Cobra Commander and G.I. Joe.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Man, I always loved that dude's voice when he voiced Cobra Commander and Soundwave, because he has that screeching voice. You know, like Cobra!
Do that again?
Cobra! Destro! I need you to get this done. We have to take over the world today. Oh man. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. They just dropping bombs on us, man.
Yeah, I like
Oh,
that
yeah.
you recommended the Spider-Man cartoon.
And like aggressively relaxing that you could kill a man with an old school transformer. Didn't they also outlawed Megatron because you can turn him into a Luger in a gun?
Yep.
Yep, it was Starscream and Cobra Commander.
That's right.
Thundercats was my big jam. I liked Thundercats a lot.
Me too.
And I tortured my kids with this too. As a matter of fact, Sean and I have the same kit, the same DVD set. Oh, that's cool.
I always hated Starscream because he was a disloyal snitch.
Thundercats felt like it had like you walked into a pre-existing world, kind of like Star Wars, where it was already going on. And when you got there, I mean, how many seasons did that show get? How many episodes were in a season? And then you've got so much lore and
a lot.
Yeah, it was. They had big. That was back in the day. For at least for me, for the 80s,
Yeah.
you had anywhere between a 20 to 40 episode season.
Mm-hmm. And you had the comics, like here in Europe, there's so many Transformers UK stories from Thurman, and these all played after the first Transformers movie. Yeah. So this was so much lore. And back in the day, we watched this as from 8 to 10 years old, and it was really that's like a Bible.
Yeah, I had as many Transformer toys, Thundercats toys, Ninja Turtles. Like I always sold one thing in a garage sale. Like G.I. Joe's was my first thing, and then went to like Thundercats. From Thundercats, I went to Ninja Turtles. From Ninja Turtles, I went to whatever X-Men and all that. Like I always sold stuff at garage sales or washed cars to pay for this, and like that's
cool.
The whole point, the business was to make these Saturday morning cartoons,
of course,
to sell the merch.
Yeah.
That's what
all the commercials were toys and stuff and cereal all the time, man.
I think they had no idea how much this would affect us all becoming adults.
No, they just wanted to sell some stuff.
Yeah, they were selling stuff. That was all. Yeah, it was all to sell.
And all the positive messages we had in there, they were just there to appease the parents' organizations.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like for myself to watch like the Netflix show, The Toys That Made Us, and get a lot of the behind the scenes stuff of how things are made, and then you got to appease this parent group, and then you got to appease this censorship group over here and make this all PG, and then you've got to, well, that, like you said, the Megatron Luger, well, we got to put an orange tip on it to show it's not a real gun, and like it's interesting to see that now, because when you were a kid, you didn't care about none of that stuff. You just went and watched it and bought it, and
Exactly, man.
after the fact, it's just, I love watching that stuff, and again, getting able to watch it with my kids now, it's just like, all right, cool, this is pretty cool, sharing that shared common interest or whatever the case may be. So
did you ever had this moment when you were watching cartoons, playing video games, and reading the comics, and then were like, oh my god, this doesn't make sense in the timeline, and you tried for hours and hours to figure out how this could occur at the same time?
I think that as comic book fans, and I see some of you guys got comic books in the back of your little setups back there as well. I think as comic book fans, continuity is a big deal to us.
Yeah.
Like, you could almost quote, whoa, back in 279, Batman did not punch that guy, and then you know what I mean. Like we're such like completists, and we're history buffs, and our history or our vision, you get that version of like you want everything to connect and make sense, and well, this has got to explain that. Like that's just, again, my background is more comic books. That's just, and again, I could think one or other guy down there. Like we're all, it's got to connect, it's got to make sense, and this is happening here, and when it does all connect, like the movies and like the cartoons do, it just makes for that whole experience to be that much better.
That's what happens with my wife in the movies, Al. That didn't happen in the book.
Yeah.
Read every book to every movie we ever went to. All the books way better. She's telling me this there in the movie.
Always.
So like for myself,
Always.
you know, I own, you know, for 10 years, almost 10 years, I was the owner of Epic Comics and just recently sold it to go back to school. But that was my goal, was to use the movies as a way, the movies, the cartoons, the whatever, to get people to like, okay, I like Captain America now, I like Deadpool now. Then they would come to see me at the store, and I could be like, okay, you like that movie? Well, I'm going to show you that the Civil War movies got nothing on the actual book itself, and then kind of recommend something to hook them a little bit better. You like Batman? That's awesome. Christian Bale did a good job. But read Batman Hush by Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. This is probably going to hook you, you know, or Court of Owls. That'll get you kind of like hooked onto it a little bit more. So everyone's got their gateway, whether it's the Saturday morning cartoons, but it's to get them into the store. Hopefully my job is to get them onto the right path after that.
Right.
Yeah, but especially to DC and Marvel lost a huge opportunity with the movies by, oh, there's an Iron movie. Iron Man is dead. There's like Wolverine. The Wolverine is dead.
Yeah, you know, like we'll see. It's
Like,
you know,
yeah. Let's just say that sadly the movies didn't create a boom for comics. Like it had almost zero impact on the sales of comics. Sadly, the success of the movies.
Yeah,
Well, Varangian, you don't have a wife that watches soap operas, do you?
No,
They
my
die all the time, and it was a dream. It was amnesia. It was anything. They never die, man.
Yeah, there you go. Just like wake up from that bad
Yeah,
dream.
it was a
Oh,
dream. It was a
everything's
bad
okay.
dream. I mean, this went on for like a whole year. I'm like, so you just watched
That's
the
a
whole
who
year of a
shot
dream.
JR right there, man.
I know that from Family Guy with the apocalyptic episode in the first season.
Man, now Biggie Shaq is putting us on the spot, saying we should do top 3 cartoon intros.
Ooh. I'm down with that. You got to go first, though.
I got to think of which ones I like the best, man.
Just okay. Wait. To be fair, though, they don't have to be Saturday morning. They can just be
Yeah.
in
They don't
any
have to be
cartoon
Saturday.
your favorite, yeah.
Oh wow, that's tough. Ooh.
Yeah. I think
I
for
say
me,
Thundercats for me.
He-Man,
Thundercats. I love that. So
Hey, I want
every
John
day.
to look mine up on his computer and play them.
I'll go with Turtles because that intro is freaking amazing.
Yeah, Turtles. Is
You know,
mine, too,
I mean,
for sure.
I'll go with G.I. Joe.
It's
'Cause
so good.
And then I gotta go with He-Man, because that He-Man theme is amazing.
Oh yeah, He-Man was good.
and I'm
He-Man
still,
theme is
of the
amazing.
universe.
I'm still getting goosebumps every time I hear it. Like, I have the power. It's something.
Hey, yeah. If you got to sing your intro, I'm out.
Hey, what's wrong with singing the intros? That's what we love.
Yeah, I want you to go on your computer, Sean, and look mine up so you can play it. We can hear a good version of it.
Oh man.
Well, we could do a pup named Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo.
There we go.
Yeah, Scooby Doo is up there, one of the top ones for me.
Be like Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you?
Where-
That's classic right there.
That's classic. The Scooby-Doo opening with the bat. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was
with the bats, they fly at the screen, and then the music kicks
We
in.
always got the weirdest German translations of the themes.
So who wants to go next?
Man, you killing me. I want to hear Sean sing some more. I want Sean to do his best Skeletor voice.
Oh no!
Ooh.
I did Cobra Commander, man. Now you want me to do Skeletor? I gave you Cobra
All right, you
Commander.
gotta clear your throat.
I gave you Cobra Commander, so nah, man.
All right, there's some inspiration. There we go.
Battle of the Planets.
No.
Wow.
Oh wow, yeah, some G-Force.
Yeah, Al knows all this stuff, boy.
Yeah, man, the G-Force. I mean, listen, Voltron, G-Force, Silverhawks. I mean, you want like for me, as a kid, like Voltron's like I think my first love as a kid. Like that's where I caught.
I did like now. Voltron was one. Now you're talking that I remember, and I did like Voltron. That was
Yeah, with
cool.
the lions though, not the cars, man. The
You
cars-
you occasionally play Voltron when I come in the shop too.
Yeah, man. We always try to keep some of that stuff going on. But like you think of the Gatchaman Battle of the
Yep.
Planets, that's another one that was really good. But man, if you're gonna go epic intros, I have to say Thundercats without a doubt. Because once it gets going, man, Thundercats just hooks the shit
How's
out of you.
Thundercat sound? I don't remember it.
You don't have to ask Sean.
Thunder.
Sean's got the voice. man.
Thunder. Thunder.
Come on,
Thunder.
Sean!
Oh!
Thundercat.
Thunder!
Oh!
Snarf, snarf.
Your Ninja Turtles. I agree with Sean. The Ninja Turtles is like spot on as well, man. When that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Heroes in a Half Shell, when that all hits, you know exactly what it
And
is.
you know what one I didn't mention is it's iconic. G Back played the instrumental on his guitar a couple weeks ago, and that's X-Men the animated series.
that was the next one I was gonna
That's
say.
the best intro.
Oh.
X-Men intro is classic.
There's no
That-
words, but
Hands
you know it.
down.
Da-na-na,
Yeah.
na-na. Like it just hits, and you're like, yeah, that's it.
Absolutely.
That's my three right there. I'm gonna go Thundercats, Turtles, and X-Men.
So, Sharon?
Here, I got the Thundercat theme.
All right. Thunder.
Oh yeah. Now I remember it.
Oh, so good.
It sounds like a
They would
wrestling.
all
Like
hear, I don't
someone
know
from
if I can-
wrestling should come in with that.
Feel the
Yo, and
magic.
I'll have some wrestlers come in too. That'd be dope.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
I mean, this is advertising gold.
I mean, the opening. We could just do a whole thing on just the opening sequences of some of these cartoons because
Skeletor.
Skeletor, get out of there.
Man, Skeletor is the man of without him.
This
it is
is my
no good.
cartoon now, He-Man.
Man, if y'all read the Thundercats He-Man crossover, that was awesome. You know, Skeletor and Mumra
Oh, yeah,
together.
it was.
The comic was really good,
Undead.
even though I'm not a fan of the artist.
Yeah, I love that comic series they did.
Hey, if you want to watch something funny, go watch all the famous things of Skeletor. All his they got a whole like 3 or 4 minute loop of all of his favorite sayings. They're hilarious, man.
That is funny, man. I've seen that.
Oh, they
Did you
are
You seen that? You
hilarious.
seen that, Hailey? I laughed.
When
I watched
we
it
went
like
back-
5 times,
Great.
man.
Did
you guys all
any,
know
did,
that they're-
When I was for the first time, we actually did like a bunch of clips together of just all the ridiculous things that Skeletor would say and his laughing and everything.
Ah.
Skeletor is classic,
Yes, he
hands
is
down.
classic. You'll never get me, Skeletor. I mean, I got my
He-Man.
invisibility cloak. He would always go to that. You could never get him. He never got caught. That's why I like it, man. It's
But does
hilarious.
anybody of you remember all these wonderful cartoons based on rated R properties? Of course, like RoboCop, or there was a Rambo cartoon.
Oh, geez.
That one was so
Man, Sean's got everything
Oh,
handy like a
Man, I
Rolodex.
had that. Holy cow!
He
Yeah.
busted that out like out of a Rolodex.
Wow.
Soon as he
Rambo.
said rated on cartoons, I knew I was gonna bust out this Rambo.
Man.
Oh,
They did Rambo. They did Toxic Avenger as the Toxic
Oh, I
Crusaders.
watched that.
Oh my
John,
God,
My
fucking
brother
trauma.
loves Toxic Avenger. I was like, I hope no one brings that up. Oh my god, I love that crap.
Hey, let me.
I hated
Hey,
Toxic
Biggie.
Avenger.
I mean, Puff. Let me take me to the back. Let Biggie get in.
All right, because I know the
We
other
can
Al, Dusty Brick Brown wants to join as well. So, but I'll leave y'all backstage.
Hey Sean, let me
Join that
downstairs.
club.
My kids are going a little crazy downstairs, so it'd be a good way for me to go ahead and
yeah,
Get
no,
them
we're
back up,
totally
riled
good
up.
going backstage. Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
I'll
Al,
see you guys.
This is also one of the best themes. Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs.
I never even heard of that. What in the heck?
Never heard of it either.
That theme is so awesome. It's originally a Japanese series, but it totally got recut in the US. So the Japanese original has nothing anymore in common with the US version. But it was so awesome, and the theme is so amazing. It was a huge thing here. Anymore in common with the US.
I now that I got Al here, Al can sing all my cartoon songs.
yes, because he got
All
the voice.
voices for me. Hey, when
You
I hit
blithering
this-
fool!
When I hit this, Al, when you see me say, hit it.
Steve, you blithering fool!
What's
Or
going
like
on?
Chip said, yeah, the Attack of the Killer
What's
Tomato
going on?
animated
Yeah,
series.
I
With Dr.
Attack of the Killer
Gangrene and-
Steve,
Yeah. So you got the belt, you got the mask. Now the promo's next.
and then I got. And look on the back. See the TV back there? Since we were
Yeah.
talking about cartoons today, that's Pixie and Dixie back there in the back. Nobody even.
Oh,
So. How's everyone doing?
doing great, man.
We're
Just
good.
enjoying
How are you?
ourselves.
Great. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, man. I've been enjoying the conversation. You want to jump in and like, yeah. When I typed out the whole Thundercats lyrics and stuff, I was just singing the songs and stuff. I'm like, okay.
Still, man, Underdog's intro was awesome to me. Your boy.
Oh yeah, Underdog is amazing.
Forget that
Underdogs
one.
is great.
I have only like very few memories of this. I think it was like 6 years old when they had Underdog on German TV.
What was his
You just didn't
girlfriend?
want Sweet Polly Purebred to sing.
Sweet
She was
Polly
a
Purebred.
terrible
Yeah,
singer.
that was his.
Polly Purebred.
Oh man. Oh where has my underdog gone?
Yeah, she would sing.
Yeah.
He come flying from
Love
wherever.
that.
Oh, Sweet Polly is in trouble. I can hear this. I'm in Italy and
Yeah.
she's in Canada, but I can be there in 1 second.
I'm in Italy. He's shining somebody's shoes.
Does
Hey,
anybody remember Kimber, the White Lion, where Disney stole the whole thing for the Lion King? There's
I
this
didn't see it.
Japanese series Kimber. This is basically my first memory of watching a cartoon on television when I was like very, very young. And Disney stole the whole thing for Lion King.
I
So they
heard something about that.
They sure did.
Yeah.
Kimbo versus
Yeah.
Simba.
Darren, do you remember? Did you watch a lot of the Underdog cartoons? Like,
Oh
most
yeah,
of
I
them?
have them all on. I have them all on.
You
tape.
remember the one
Yeah.
where they had her voice on a record playing, and all the hot air balloons were going everywhere, and he couldn't find which one was the real Sweet Polly Purebred.
Yes.
He may
Yeah.
crash to the
Yes.
ground before I find you. I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And it's like Lion King is a one-to-one knockoff. I think Disney even had to admit to it in the meantime.
I love so much about the dogs.
I thought you would wear your Hong Kong Phooey shirt.
Man, I need to launder it. So, I would have, but, it's got mustard stains on it, and I didn't want to come, looking like I was straight out the garbage can and all. So,
Hey, Al, I looked up Hong Kong Phooey last night and watched an episode of that. That was only on like 3 months.
Yeah, this they all. Hanna-Barbera did a lot of cartoons.
Yeah, it was only like 3 months long.
They didn't stay on at all. Like, do y'all remember the Godzilla cartoon?
Oh yeah.
Which one?
I remember the Godzilla, the old
one
ones
from the 70s. Up from the top, 30 stories high, breeze fire up through the sky.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, that one.
Because the one based on the Emmerich movie was horrible, but the old one was really cool.
How about all the Nintendo cartoons? Did y'all go through all them? Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, what's the name? Show up the Dungeons and Dragons right there.
I love Dungeons and Dragons.
Zelda, Mario.
We briefly touched on Mario with Captain Lou Albano. Woo.
Yeah, that shit was good shit.
That Dungeons and Dragons had an awesome.
You know what? I love the Adventures of Super Mario Brothers 3. That was fucking amazing because I liked how it tied up with the video game. Almost all the levels from the video game.
But with the Dungeons and Dragons one, I think we talked about in the pre-show. It's like it's such a dark ending because the cartoon has no ending, and when you play, I think it's in Icewind Dale or in Baldur's Gate 2, and you find in the video game a book, and it tells you that Tiamat ate everybody, I think, except for the barbarian and the unicorn. And in another timeline, in the Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons comic, you can see that they're still trapped in this timeline in the Dungeons and Dragons world.
Hey, Vivi, quick question. Is it true that when they ended Dungeons and Dragons that it was supposed to be revealed that Venger was the Dungeon Master's son or something like that? I read that somewhere.
I don't know now.
Okay.
I got Jim Boatwright backstage.
All right, I'll jump off, Sean, and I'll jump in the chat
and say hi, man. I really didn't want to run nobody off, but if I see the panel lower, I'll come back later.
It's all right, man.
Yeah, no, we're good to go backstage. Absolutely.
There's a couple guys. I didn't want to run Lucha off, but I'm just running to Walmart, so I'll be in the chat and I'll watch y'all.
All right, Biggs. We'll see you in the chat then, and jump back in when you get home.
All right, man.
Oh, I feel bad.
What's up, Boat?
What's up, everybody?
Yo, Jim.
Boat.
What's up?
Just having fun on the Saturday, talking Saturday morning cartoons.
I know, perfect timing too, because I got an unboxing that's cartoon related.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I ordered the Transformers and My Little Pony comics. Has anybody heard of the crossover?
Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah.
I already broke the tape while I was waiting backstage.
I'll admit, I wasn't a brony for ponies, man.
I'm an old school brony. It's there's still pictures from me as a child.
Brony
ponies.
Brony for ponies. Alrighty.
I'm a brony for
You ready?
All right, man. What you got?
Yeah.
Make me big. Bam.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
That's me.
That is awesome.
Perfect timing. It came. I just got home from work and it was in the mailbox already.
Nice.
Thundercats.
That is
#1.
amazing.
That is
Wow,
awesome,
that
bro.
is so sweet.
And it's crazy because
Very
that
happy.
particular imprint, Star, Marvel did a lot of comic book themed comics under that particular imprint. A lot of comics, cartoon, yeah. I want to say they did a Pirates of Darkwater, Brave Star, a few others.
Yep.
Marshall Bravestar was so awesome.
Man, so cool.
Yeah, I watched me some Brave Star.
Y'all remember?
That's one more #1 down for my 80s cartoon #1s.
Y'all remember
Awesome.
the
That's so
cartoon
cool.
Black Star?
Oh, these are also nice. Even though they were created in the 60s, in German TV, they ran in the 80s. The old Marvel motion. So I remember watching these as a kid.
Who remembers Centurions?
I do.
Man on Machine Power Extreme.
Yeah.
That was another show that I watched a lot on weekdays, along with
Bo,
Rambo.
Hey, Bo, I'm about to start charging you storage.
Handling fees.
That's yours from Hialeah. This is yours from Javi.
Daggone.
The
Christmas.
stack of books I got you are high as both of those stacked. I'm not showing those.
All right. Well, we got one more thing a couple days ago where he did. I bought for him. Cartoon related. Got a King Hiss from Masters of the Universe.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
To add to our collection.
Hi, guys.
You've got Skeletor. You're gonna be fine.
And he is all complete. And he looks like he just came right out of the package. His paint and everything's like amazing.
Super cool.
That's awesome, bro.
He was in the later waves. I think he was in the fifth wave or
something like that.
like an 80, 85 or 86.
So you guys collect all those action figures from those cartoons?
Yes, we do.
Do you have Lion-O?
Excuse me?
Do you have Lion-O?
Actually, no, but I was actually searching for him here this past few days on eBay looking for Lion-O. Because I
have him.
Oh, really?
I have him and you can have him. I'll go get him. Hang on just a second.
Oh, you know how bad it would be at you.
That's awesome because I said earlier in the chat that Thundercats is going to be the next one I start since we're real deep in the Masters of the Universe. We got, about 30 figures right now?
Yeah, 30.
Close to 30, I would say. And then we got our Joes and stuff, and the kids are
Bo,
slowly getting
this is
into
all toys,
Thundercats.
by the way.
Fragile?
Yes, this is a whole box of toys.
What?
Yes. I'm not telling you what toys, but you're going to
Well,
like
I know there's a couple Joes in there. I do know that.
Yep. Javi told you what was in there. Damn him.
That makes me happy.
We do have
This is also one of my favorite. These were my original superhero team.
Defenders of the Earth. I have some of their comic books.
Flash Gordon, Phantom, Loafer. Flash Gordon, the regular series.
Gordon,
I love Flash Gordon.
Flash
Gordon. And this theme is also so epic. Defenders of the Earth. Defenders.
Awesome. Man.
That's awesome. Show them what you got, little man.
Is that Lionel?
Yeah, I think he was supposed to have a sword, but you can't even really see him with the green screen. The green screen is messing
Sword
with
of
him.
Omens.
He has some sick effect.
Yeah, he looks like like a jewel.
That's an
He's
exclusive.
more like a predator.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
There. Okay, so he's got like a switch in the back, so he moves. And that's kind of an awkward motion for him to make, but
That is not good.
You see the thing right underneath the switch? That's for the thing to make his eyes light up.
Yeah, when I do that movement, it always makes my eyes light up.
Now you know why I don't need him, huh?
Now you know why she's trying to get rid of him.
DM me and give me your address and I will send you Lion-O, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really
You're
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
But it isn't an animation talk without innuendo, so.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Oh man,
that's so cool, man. Yeah,
that's awesome though.
That's why I'm a little late, so I caught most of what y'all were talking about on the car ride home from work.
So what was your thoughts on Saturday mornings? What it meant to you?
Oh, it meant the world to me. It was, well, in a sense, my Saturday mornings were sometimes different than most kids. I would watch Bob Ross, and then after Bob Ross, I'd watch some cartoons, and then after cartoons, I would watch the Creature Feature.
Yeah, no, you didn't get me on that. I watched Creature Feature. My boy would come on. We've got an awful movie. And sometimes it'd be terrible. The worst movie I've ever
they
seen.
were always terrible.
Terrible, except for Creature from the Black Lagoon.
They were like C movies. They weren't
Yeah,
even B
they
movies.
were. Yeah, I can't even tell you the name of some of them.
A fit movie.
Yeah.
I mean, like
He's trying to get it out.
like a Zoot Bump movie.
Yeah.
Like a movie like
A creature movie
yeah, I like Zoot Bump.
and Goosebumps. You like Creature
Goosebumps,
movie, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Goosebumps.
Not
Yeah.
I like a Zoot Bump movie.
Want to get out.
Okay.
Hey, remember when they did the cartoon to Tales from the Crypt?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good one.
Vaguely, but yes.
Yeah, they just released that as a special edition here, but I haven't bought it because I think it's over 100 euros. But I think that's also it was also on Netflix for a while here, and it's classic episodes. Of course, it's a little bit toned down, but it's just nice.
You know,
I enjoyed it.
I really wish some of these streaming service would pick up more 80s cartoons. You know.
Yes. I think that would be a huge selling point.
There's like tons of streaming service, but none of them have like vintage. I mean, Netflix had Masters of the Universe.
And She-Ra for a while, yeah. But I think there's so many that like is Mask somewhere, because that was really awesome.
Yeah, the first Mask.
Yeah.
You had Cops. You had Inspector Gadget is under Deke, right? I think it was Deke.
Yep. Dick Clark Productions.
Didn't they also do a Police Academy cartoon?
Oh,
they did. I think they did a comic book also. I think.
I forgot about the Police Academy cartoon. I remember that shit now.
I just rewatched all the Police Academy movies.
Oh man, Steve Gutenberg.
As a kid, I missed so many innuendos in the first one, and it was so awesome rewatching.
Yeah. I used to love Police Academy movies when I was a kid.
Yeah, man. I watched all of them. Oh, man. I forgot all about the cartoon.
Used to love Bobcat.
Ah! And the good old the Blue Oyster Bar.
Yeah. He knew the guy knew the address of that. He goes, "Oh, that's 1620 Blue Street."
Yeah.
Of the gay bar. That was hilarious. Hey, Brangian, you remember when he cut his hair and butchered it, and he was looking good. He wouldn't hold the mirror still because he patched his whole back of his head up. Oh my god!
No. Now I'm gonna have to check the cartoon. It's been forever. I remember they did a Problem Child cartoon as well. Remember the movie Problem Child?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it's in German and Satansbraten. It's like basically a devil child.
He was the devil child.
He was.
Yeah.
Remember like the third installment, the girl was way worse than him. The little girl was the little girl was way worse than he was. He's like, man, I'm good compared to her.
And then what else they did? They did. I know we talked about RoboCop and Rambo.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of movie cartoons. You know, of course, Ghostbusters being the most popular one.
There was almost an Alien cartoon.
That couldn't be on Saturday mornings, man.
Yeah, I know there was almost one. They didn't went through with it, but Kenner, of course, produced the toys.
There you go.
Look at Abraham with his little Ghostbuster shirt on.
Hey, Sean.
That's Karate Kid. That's right. Karate Kid.
What I really liked about the Ghostbusters cartoon was when they put in canon that the real Ghostbusters 2 movie was an adaptation of the cartoon. When they went all out of the cinema, And there's this one episode I was so afraid of as a kid with the monster under the bed, or in the that one for the children with the nightmares.
Boogeyman?
Yeah, the boogeyman and
this guy.
Yes, exactly. I was so afraid as a kid. I love that guy.
His big nose having.
He has a Pinocchio nose on him.
Yeah, you're bringing up all the childhood drama.
I know, right? Ruby Batcave don't like Boogeyman. But that Garfield background.
Because back then in Germany, the TV stations thought if something is animated, it must be for children. So of course, I watched as a kid for the first time Fire and Ice, The Lord of the Rings, Watership Down. Like Watership Down gave me nightmares for 2 weeks.
Oh man! Oh, you was gonna say something? I know you was.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you. You were talking about it's doubtful that Aliens would have got a cartoon, but they made a cartoon out of Mortal Kombat. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on, man. That was tamed down too. Same.
They would have watered it down.
It was tamed down. You wasn't gonna see them fatalities on that cartoon unless it was like Spawn on HBO and stuff. Then yeah, we would have seen the true Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Remember they did this was around the time they did Wildcats too.
Yep.
Yeah, that animation
Wildcat.
Very crude. I didn't like how they drew Maul.
I mean, they also did the West Coast Avengers.
Yeah. That Avengers cartoon they did, I think about 2000, was based on the West Coast Avengers.
Was really cool, and there was also Baron Zemo in it.
Yeah.
There's one I forgot about too, Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Bill and Ted one.
I forgot all about that
They
one.
had a cartoon. Oh my god.
Bill and Ted had a cartoon, and Back to the Future also had a cartoon.
Yep.
Oh my
No,
god.
they did everything back then. And Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris cartoon was. Or Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Yeah, Mr. T had one. I remember Mr. T.
Yeah.
The very first episode of that.
Albert.
And Mr. T made his first appearance, I think, on the Chipmunks episode, which led to him getting to that cartoon.
The very first episode of that particular cartoon, Mr. T is walking on a track and he says, my name is Mr. T. First name, Mr.
Middle name, period. Last name, T.
Oh, that was too funny.
If you in a He-Man, we got.
Hey, that just reminds me of I never would forget. Which one is that? Which one is that?
Got Nate on that you can take the arm off. Nate.
Nice.
With He-Man was also so funny back in the days is how much I hated the New Adventures of He-Man as a kid because He-Man was not as buff and they changed the designs. But watching the New Adventures of He-Man, it's such a really nice continuation of the story. And when you read the Masters of the Multiverse comic, I love how they put the whole lore of He-Man in this miniseries. Also, as a kid, I really hated the He-Man movie because it had nothing to do with Eternia and the Blade on Earth. But every time I rewatch this movie nowadays, I love it more and more.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Dolph Lundgren?
With Dolph Lundgren.
Right, yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, also this
like
one.
when you're a kid and you see that movie after watching the cartoons, you be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. And now I'm collecting all the stuff of the movie, like all the steel books. That's the Spanish one. That's the Spanish. No, that's the Dutch one, and that's the Spanish one.
Have you seen the Super 7 Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren, the movie?
I ordered all of them, but I'm still waiting for them to receive them. Because my comic book, my store where I ordered them in Germany, is still waiting for. Because I ordered them in the same order as the Barry Windsor Smith Conan figure, which is still not produced by Super 7. So I have to wait until that one is finished until I will get my order.
Yeah,
But yeah.
there was an issue with the Conan toy where it delayed it even more.
Yeah, probably now it's August.
But if you had pre-ordered the Conan, then I think they were supposed to give you some extra weapons and stuff to make up for being delayed again.
We'll see, because I ordered it over a German shop. So I hope, like, when they will get the extra weapons, that they will send them to me. But I'm secretly low-key always being a little bit a troll in the Super 7 comments, where I'm like, oh, remember the Conan pre-order? That was over 1 year ago.
Yep. Yeah, they're supposed to be hooking you up if you ordered one back then because of the delays. They had them all done, and they got the shipment in, and there was something wrong with the cards. Like the card art or something with the cards was wrong. So they had to send them all back and have them all redone again.
But I don't care about the card. I just want my Conan.
I got a question for y'all. Sharon, y'all had that Garfield up for a while. So I'm going to put it out there. We talked about this, I think, last week or the week before with me and Biggie Shack. Garfield or Heathcliff?
Garfield.
Garfield.
Heathcliff.
Mondays.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Because I like both of them.
Yeah, I like them both too, but Heathcliff was. I liked him a little better.
I remember when I wanted to watch Garfield, and my mom was like, "Oh, Garfield is on," and I was running to the TV, and it was Heathcliff. Like, Mom, that's not Garfield.
That's funny.
I lean towards Garfield, but like guys, I love Heathcliff. But the reason why I love Garfield is because he's just like us. Sometimes we just get lazy, don't want to do shit, just want to eat, sleep, and that's it, and watch the TV.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we all hate Monday, so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And there's also this episode where he was camping with the panther.
Yes. Look at that. Look at that beautiful thing.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
I think I have that one. Yes, I do.
Yes, you got this one.
He has a six-pack
Signed.
of skeleton.
Yeah, look
Signed
at
by Alan Oppenheimer also.
Yeah, he signed this one. He signed on. Remember, he signed on the outside of my thing. Instead of the picture itself, he signed the outside part. He didn't take it out.
Oh yeah,
I don't care. I'm keeping it just like that anyway. Didn't matter. But yeah, man, he was.
That is really cool.
Yeah, we got to meet him and everything. Me and Bo, you went back a couple different times, right?
No, I went back just the one time to see him. I wish I would have went
back.
back.
Oh, you went back and seen the guy with the other guy that was the actor from the Lagoon, the monster from the Black Lagoon.
Oh yeah, Creature, yeah.
Creature, yeah. He went and visited that guy. That guy was cool as heck.
people.
Yeah. You know what you all have to play? There's this PC game. It's I think it's expensive. It's only a few bucks, and it's called Saturday Morning RPG. And it's based on all the Saturday morning cartoons. Of course, a little bit changed to have no copyright infringement, but it's so much fun, and the humor is just on point.
Okay, Boat never did his intros,
That's cool.
and I don't think Sharon finished hers. I ain't get to do his yet.
What intro?
We want to hear some singing from Sharon. I want to hear because she likes some stuff I like.
No, I already sang. You guys need to sing. I've sang enough. I've traumatized you guys enough.
I occasionally sing, and I gave y'all Cobra Commander, so I'm good.
How did that go? I don't remember that one. I don't think Boat was here for that one.
I heard it.
Yeah, damn, Boat, we could have got one more.
Sure, rippled across the world. Yes.
I messaged in the chat, retreat.
Retreat!
That was Cobra Commander's favorite word, retreat.
Yup.
Someone's artwork from the British Transformers DVD collection.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. My kids love all the 80s cartoons that I watched. And like I said, my son, that's his biggest passion right now is collecting Masters of the Universe figures.
Abram has.
Hers is collecting her ponies
And vintage.
and like strawberry shortcake and what's the other one you like? Care Bears.
And this is why your kids grow up to be winners and not wimps like all the people that watch the modern cartoons.
That's right. Well, speaking of modern,
you know what, Jim, I'll have to look through the kids' stuff because they may still have some My Little Pony and Care Bear stuff. I'll look. When I send you Lionel, I'll look and see if I've got any My Little Pony stuff because Rena used to be into that too.
Okay.
So I'll check it out and see what we can put in the box for you.
Yeah, speaking of newer cartoons, have you guys seen the reboot that they come up with for Thundercats?
That's
oh god, that was so bad.
It makes Teen Titans Go look like
right.
So last reboot they did of Thundercats was way better than what they done now.
I thought the newest reboot of Ninja Turtles was bad, but that took the
that's the problem. It's like all these animators come from this really stupid school where they all have no idea how to draw, how to animate, and they make this silly gender neutral or something thing. It's like it's an abomination.
Yeah, and they dumb down the characters. All the characters are dumbed down.
The girl who's supposed to look pretty, who's the cheetah, they made her have like shades.
It's like it's really like if all these people are afraid of having something beautiful and aesthetic only because they're not beautiful, so they want to make the world ugly.
What's up,
exactly.
Jeff?
What up, Jeff?
Kirk doesn't like Teen Titans Go.
Rightfully so.
I did enjoy their movie, but that's about as far as I would take it.
Oh, in the movie.
Because
you know what? I didn't see the movie.
Because they had before
so
Teen Titans Go came out, they had the Justice League cartoons and all these
that was so good. Like everything based, everything based on the Batman animated series. It was so deep. It had character development, and if only the animation was shit of the new stuff, it would be like, okay, it's not aesthetically pleasing. But they also have thrown out every character development because I don't know, these are also emotionally fragile, so they can't make a character having a setback. So everything must be perfect. But when there are no setbacks, and when there's no problem to overcome, how can a character develop or grow?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of He-Man, I was telling Sharon this earlier. Y'all ever seen the 2003 He-Man series?
Yes, it was not bad. The problem with it was it came out at the wrong time. It was released before nostalgia hit like our generation. Because I remembered it because I was a little bit early already with the nostalgia, and back in the days it was so cheap to buy Super Nintendo again and all the consoles because there was not this nostalgia market. And the nostalgia market came like 5 to 8 years later. So if He-Man 2003 would have come out later, it would have been a success.
I thought it was a solid series,
It was a very good series, and the action figures were also awesome.
I liked that one, a lot. Like I love the old one, but that was like the best modern interpretation of He-Man in terms of updated animation and really serious storylines and stuff. Didn't have the cheesiness that the original had, but this was much more serious.
The cheesiness made it great.
Skeletor was like really adult.
Yeah, he still had that voice, even if it was a different actor. He still had that voice and cackling and stuff, but he was definitely more deadlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, they went into their backs, like Skeletor's backstory. Back when he had skin on his face.
Yeah.
And Hordak and all those other characters, you got a little bit more of a backstory than compared to the original cartoon where you didn't really have a backstory at all.
Did it have Porco?
Yeah, Orko.
They didn't bring Orko into it, did they?
I've only seen
For
a
the
few
TV show?
episodes. That's one I'm going to be starting to watch.
Gotcha.
pretty
They
soon.
actually did Orko justice. I mean, he was more or
Yeah,
less
Orko was the
he was more or less
magician,
his, the same as he was the original cartoon, but they fleshed him out. Like Bo said, they pretty much gave everybody, a shot in the arm when it came down to like fleshing out their character and stuff. I agree with Puff. I honestly like that version of the series better than the original because they took a lot of that fluff and a lot of that silliness out and they gave it a more serious tone. It had a little humor when it was needed, but the writing on that show was pretty good.
Yeah, you can really tell that the creators were grown-up fans of the original, and they wanted a version of He-Man that grew up with them.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Kevin Smith is going to go that direction with the new.
I'm even afraid to watch it. I have no hopes at all.
I know.
If I grew up
have
with
one.
Florence, but
They're going to have the two cartoons. And I think the one's obviously going to be more geared towards kids, and I think Kevin Smith might be more for nostalgia and for the generation who grew up on it.
I just I have no hope at all that it's gonna be a good Western animated series anymore. The last real Western animation was Heavy Metal Fact 2, or Heavy Metal 2000, as it was called in the US. And after that, Pixar destroyed, in my opinion, Western animation. So you had only everything that was like cutified, and then the other hand was everybody just copied Japanese animation, but in a less well-made way. And the true Western adult animation died in the year 2000. So it's really hard to go back. Even the new Castlevania Netflix, I don't like the animation because it just feels like a Japanese ripoff with little budget.
We were speaking of video game cartoons earlier with Super Mario. I want to bring this little nugget up.
Oh yeah, Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog. And you know why this only lasted 2 seasons? Was because they got beat by the juggernaut that was the Power Rangers.
Oh.
I never got into the Power Rangers.
I was big into the Power Rangers. I was big into them until after the movie, and then they did the changes, and then that's when I knew it was my time to exit.
Yeah.
Like when
Power
the first
Rangers came out a little bit too late here for me.
yeah, like for me when they
It's been
became
on
Power
forever,
Rangers Zeo, it's been on forever though. Like you said,
Yeah.
like they kept changing it to update it.
Yeah, they got more. I think they got more Power Ranger variants than they do Star Trek.
Oh man,
Right? Yeah.
I remember watching it. They made the CGI so bad. It looked like it was Photoshop. It was so bad.
The show was bad.
Your kid is talking about bad CGI. You raised her so well.
yeah. If she could see bad CGI, then you know she was raised well.
Well, hey, we gotta go, guys. We've got some stuff we gotta go do, and we gotta prepare for our show tonight. And I gotta go get Rena from work. So, thank you so much for having us on. We really, really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm happy that you was able to jump on. It was great having you on, Sharon.
Yeah,
and
we have a stream together.
It's great to have you on.
Right? Yeah. And you guys come see Hialeah's show tonight on my channel. We're going to be interviewing him about Cuba, so that's going to be super fun. And Sean, I will talk to you about being on my show later on today, okay?
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Not our guy Lionel here, okay?
I'll message
we'll
you
see
later.
you later.
Thank you.
Bye, Lionel.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
But you know what also was awesome back then on German TV? We had from 5 a.m. until 12 the cartoons, and then after the cartoons there was American Gladiators.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh, I used to watch the Gladiators.
I used to watch
And
that
it's so
religiously.
awesome.
Me too. Well, when they had to, the football, the athletes would come on and try to like run by him playing football and stuff, and then they
Oh, yeah,
jousted
that's the
them.
shockwave. Yeah.
Look at Biggie in the toy section.
Was that
Yeah.
G1? What was that G1?
Figures are so good.
Yeah, that was G1, dude. That was,
What was that?
Yeah. They're back to G1, the siege figures.
Oh,
the
that's
problem with the
Astro
shock,
Train.
the problem with the shockwave figure is I bought it. It's overpriced because it has so much trash to put on it, and the classic shockwave is just a small part of the whole package.
Godzilla.
But I bought so many of the siege figures; they're totally worth their money.
There's
I
Star
like
Wars.
Godzilla's too right there. He
Has
passed.
anybody of you bought the the Hasbro also did a crowdfunding for Unicron, I think, and it was
Yeah, they messed that up, dude.
$100 or something.
They got rid of all the belts. I'm amazed.
Really?
Yeah, all the belts are gone.
People were buying them up.
Yeah, they
Yo,
see.
look at
Bought
this.
them all and gave them all out.
John Cena, Faker, He-Man, dude. That shit
Yeah.
is dumb.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Dad, you need to take a trip.
I can't see it.
All the cool
You
stuff.
can't see it. It's right here.
And
No, I
No,
can't see it.
He can't see
It
Cena.
looks like a
I
little
can't see
gorilla
it.
or something.
It's an empty blister.
Look at Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio can see. That's no problem.
Yeah, oh, you can't see. I get it. Yeah, look, they got the Castle Grayskull ring.
speaking of John Cena, I see
Really? Wow, that's nice.
two flutes and put it on
Yep.
his nose, and he said, "John Cena."
I don't know what this is.
I didn't-
Bugatti.
The Triple H He-Man knockoff figure is so cool.
That's a dope robot. Look at that one.
Yeah,
Iron
Aiden
Giant.
has
We
that.
have that one.
Oh, they got this one, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, they have it.
Dude,
I haven't
that's only
seen that.
$20, bro.
Nice.
I haven't seen that at my Walmart.
Bro, that's crazy.
Forbidden Planet wasn't also
Bro, this is
Leslie
way
Nielsen, the
bigger
movie?
than B9. I got a B9 back in the day for like $40. This is only $20, and it's way bigger.
I bet you won't get it.
I can't get it. If I had it, I need that. I need that G1 Astro Train before that. But damn, that's a bad bitch.
Oh, the Astro Train, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get to this one first.
Oh,
I have original one of those, but it's
It's all
messed up.
broken and stuff. We got it broken
Yeah.
at a yards. We got it at a church.
Y'all ain't got no toys you want me to show before I get out of here, do you? Like, is there anything on your mind?
We found.
No, man. I mean, you showed that was pretty much all the toys, huh? Oh, you got more.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, man.
You
All
can
right,
go,
Hey,
you can go
Varangian,
the aisle of the unsold Star Wars toy.
Oh shit!
I seen you show your
nice,
really.
the G1, yeah.
His tape deck's broken, and he's
Yeah.
real loose.
You're awesome.
That's,
Does
that's
anybody
dope.
remember the Star Trek, the Ewok, and the Droid series?
No, I don't remember that one.
Like it was before, that was back then when you had with the Droids cartoon that was like the backstory of Star Wars, but with only C-3PO and R2-D2, which was actually a really fun series.
Oh, was it the droid series?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember it, but I don't remember watching it. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. And then there was also the Ewok series, which was, yeah. I don't like Ewoks.
Did anybody like the Ewoks?
Not so
Rebels come probably. But no true Imperial.
You showing all the toys, man. They got those Black Panther masks, Spider-Man. Joker plank shop.
I'm gonna quit playing it.
All right, Big.
All right, Biggie.
See you, buddy.
So what are the shows that we haven't mentioned yet that, you know,
Do
I know
y'all remember the sports one that had like Hulk Hogan, Wayne Gretzky, I think Mike Tyson, maybe. I can't remember all the
It
characters.
was
Sports
Pro
Stars.
Stars.
Sports
Yeah,
Stars.
with
Bo Jackson,
Yeah, Bo
Wayne
Jackson.
Gretzky, and
Michael Jordan.
Yep, Michael Jordan. Yep.
Oh man, I watched that too, man.
Pro Stars. Yeah.
I watched that. Yeah, I remember the comic. That was on NBC, man. I remember when NBC was showing cartoons before they stopped showing them and played news. I was so disappointed because I like the NBC cartoons.
Yeah.
Shoot, Sean, nobody mentioned Heckle and Jekyll.
When you go through old DC comics and then you see advertisement for Marvel cartoons in the DC comics.
And that's another thing I didn't bust out. I should have got an old comic. Because remember they used to advertise the Saturday morning cartoons in the comics?
Yep.
I have to look at
NBC and
I'll check this one.
That's how, you know cartoons was big back in the day, Saturday mornings, when their advertisements was in the comic books. Justice League.
And we didn't mention the Road Runner cartoons.
Oh, I love that.
Bugs Bunny and Tweety.
He spent so
Daffy.
much money at Acme. He put Acme on the map. Remember, everything was Acme. His box would arrive with record time too.
But do you know what Acme means?
No idea. I just thought it was a company.
A company that manufactures everything.
And that would make sense because anything he ordered, he got.
Exactly.
Commercial.
Oh yeah.
There's He-Man,
Care Bears.
Care Bears,
Oh, She-Ra.
She-Ra.
Transformers. Song.
Not at all.
Dang, look at the back. Look at the back of this.
Oh yeah, video game.
I can write a book on what you don't know,
Actually-
right?
Awesome, man. I mean, back then,
Oh, Rainbow
there was a lot of product.
Care Bears.
That's Rainbow Bright.
Care Bears.
Come on, we briefly talked about Gem and the Holograms. I
We
watched
didn't
the
talk
hell out
about.
of that.
We didn't talk about Popeye.
Didn't talk about Popeye. We didn't talk about what was the other show?
Sylvester.
Sylvester and Tweety.
Oh yeah.
That was part of the whole Looney Tunes catalog. Tom and Jerry, man.
Yeah, Tommy, Jerry.
There it is.
That is from a DC
Talk
comic,
about my boy.
and you have Marvel characters. So here's in.
But that was when the Incredible Hulk had his cartoon as well.
Yeah.
With the Alvin and Chipmunks, Flintstones. You got Thundar.
And isn't
What was
that Mr. T is the most popular one, the biggest one.
It's Mr. T.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of that cat. But I know you have Foo the cat.
That was that cat. I want to say that was part of Shirt Tails.
Yeah, Shirt Tails. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shirt Tails. You had Foo You had Subtap Comics.
And I forgot all about Shirt Tails when you said that. And I'm like, I remember the shirts, something used to pop up on their shirt and they get like extra abilities of power. So man,
Yeah, there was a lot. Punky Brewster had a show.
Yep. What's his face from Different Strokes?
Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman had a cartoon.
You know what I looked up? I looked up the Jackson 5's cartoon. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
My mom had a couple episodes on tape.
They had a cartoon. Muhammad Ali had a cartoon too.
What about the Cosby Kids?
Fat Albert.
Yeah.
Fat Albert, yeah. that one was great, man.
Man, there's been so many different cartoons to come out though.
And they definitely don't make them like they used to. That's for sure.
Sure don't.
Hell no.
That's the truth.
Man, I watched Hong Kong Phooey last night.
Because I mean, in 20 years, I can't imagine
Quicker than the human
now talking about Steven Universe or any of the other shows that are out now.
Al, you remember the damn cat solved all the damn murders, all the crimes. The cat was the brain.
Oh man, that's funny. it says he's got style, a groovy style, and style that just won't stop. When the going gets tough, he's super rough with the Hong Kong Fui chop. Yeah.
Yeah, the Hong Kong Fui chop. Yeah, boy.
And then remember when they had like a different variation of Yogi Bear cartoons?
Yep.
That was strange.
They had Yogi's Gang. Then the one where they was in space on that damn boat.
It's like the Muppet Babies in space. Wasn't there like a Star Wars episode of the Muppet Babies?
Yeah.
Yep.
John, who was the blue dog? Was that Blue Falcon or whatever with the blue dog?
Yeah, Blue Falcon and Dynamite.
And Dynamite, they was awesome, man. I love that one, man. Dynamite was always getting him in trouble.
Yeah. Dynamite, man. Because remember they used to do what was that? Laugh Olympics, where all of them come together and do Olympic style.
Yeah.
Man, I used to watch the fuck out of Laugh Olympics every time they play it, because I always liked to Dick Dastardly and Muttley always doing.
Dastardly, he's the one that's and they had the precious pup when he laughed.
Do you remember this one movie which was like a crossover with most of the Saturday Morning characters, and they were fighting against drugs?
I don't remember that.
There was this one movie I remember was like it was showed in German TV, and you had the Ninja Turtles in it. I forgot who else was in it. But
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the drug episode. Now I know the one where the Turtles, Garfield, Slimer,
yes,
Smurfs.
Exactly, against the drugs.
Yeah, that was that Saturday morning special where all the Saturday morning cartoons teamed up to help that kid fight the drugs. Because he was a junkie. I remember that.
And watching it as a kid was like, oh my god, this is possible?
Yeah. I was like, man, they only had Michelangelo of the Turtles in it, and they only had Slimer from the Ghostbusters. I'm like, man, can you get the whole crew? But yeah, I remember that one. That was awesome.
Or talking about crossovers, you remember this weird time when the Thing from the Fantastic Four was in the same show as the Flintstones? Because the rights were something, and then it's like the Flintstones and the Thing show. It didn't cross over themselves, but there were two segments.
Damn, man.
Yeah, a lot of those cartoons used to be in segments. You'd see, one for a little bit, then it go to another one. Like Underdog was like that. They had the Go-Gophers in the middle, and then Underdog would show a part, and they had like three like that.
I remember
Tito was one of them.
I remember that when Al, I think it was you, Al, that posted that crossover between Silver Surfer and King of the Hill.
Hank Hill was Galactus and Bobby Hill was the Silver Surfer, man.
Hey, Al, didn't you?
That's this.
Is that it?
It's Fred and Barney meet the Thing.
I've never seen that before, and I've watched a lot of the Flintstone series. Damn, I must have missed that one.
That was an ongoing series, though, wasn't it?
Yes, it's not. It was not a one, but it was some weird right thing, but they only had the rights to the Thing or something.
Yeah, because I remember
in the Fantastic Four animated when they had to put out the human torch because they were afraid that children would set themselves on fire, and they put Herbie in it.
Yeah.
Al, didn't you post the karate one that you put up this week? The greatest karate guy or whatever. Who did that? It was on Instagram. I thought it was Al that did that.
Al did the voiceover of the Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
He's like, you ate all of my cinnamon rolls. Oh, this is delicious.
Dude, I saw that out, man. I'm like, I got like about 30 videos, man. I stayed up all night just doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, it was a black karate guy. He was the Grand Master or whatever. And he was fighting
you talking about what I posted?
Is that you posted it, Sean?
Boondocks.
Boondocks, yeah, Boondocks. That shit was so
Grandmaster Bushido Brown.
That was so, that thing was so funny, man. The grandma jumped right on him. I ain't scared of you.
Did anybody
you call me Grandmaster Boondocks?
Puppet show but it was also an amazing original thing by Disney, the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That was so good. With Earl Sinclair.
I'm trying to think of
that.
Like, honey, I'm home.
Oh, you're talking about the TV series. Yeah, I remember that. Earl Sinclair.
That had some adult.
That was a really good show. Like,
Yeah.
I love that show.
I have been rewatching it since there was a few years ago an awesome DVD collection that came out here, and they really dealt with some adult themes.
Yeah. Some of the stuff as a kid went over my head until I actually rewatched it, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty serious right there.
Yeah, but nevertheless, it positively influenced us.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. You know, I liked it how it even foreshadowed their ending with the whole media coming.
Oh yes, it was.
I was kind of surprised at that. But yeah, that was like the Flintstone version of dinosaurs, you know, or dinosaurs version of Flintstones.
Nobody mentioned Rocky and Bullwinkle either.
Oh man,
Rocky,
Boris and Natasha.
Boris and Natasha.
Oh, who was that second character? The boy Peabody. Yeah, Peabody.
And Sherman.
And
Peabody
Sherman. Yeah. Sherman was this little smart kid, right?
I think so.
Sherman was the kid, and Mr. Peabody was the dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the rooster that was in the and he played hide and seek with that little smart kid, and he bring out his freaking all of his equipment, and he find him every time he dig him out of a hole. I can't remember who it was. It was the rooster. Whoever the rooster played the rooster. It was hilarious, man. Damn, I can't think of the name of it though. He said, "Yeah, boy,
Underrated.
Never gonna find
Tiny
me."
Toons was also awesome.
Oh yeah, Tiny Toons. Somebody brought up Max Montana, a great villain.
It's like Tiny Toons is one of these rare occasions when somebody tried to reboot classic cartoons for new audience.
See, here's the thing with Tiny Toons. That followed the trend that they were doing with the other cartoons, like Flintstone Kids, Tom and Jerry Kids. They did Yogi Bear Kids or something like that. Tiny Toons actually created original characters that was similar to the OG characters, and actually had the OG characters be their mentors.
Exactly, that was so well done, especially since they were all the teachers. It's really one of the rare occasions when somebody nailed a reboot.
I love Tiny Toon Adventures.
I think cartoons were better back in the day because it was more marketed towards. There was more marketing in it. Now you could just have like internet commercials or other things that can market. But back then, cartoons and toys were very important to selling stuff. Like when they figured out you could make like a bunch of money off them He-Man dolls, that really made the shit boom. Like it's all like that one show, the Toys show y'all were talking about.
Yeah,
the history of it. They said when they figured out the He-Man figure sold so much that you almost had to tie the toy to the cartoon back then. Now you can almost get away with not doing that.
Yeah. Like I said, back in the days, it was a very magical time because, of course, you had the companies that wanted the shows just to sell stuff. But, of course, also the parents had power. So the shows tried to make the creators tried to make the shows educational, but also awesome to sell the toys. And this compromise was just perfectly done in the day. Like I said, all these messages at the end of Captain Planet and He-Man, how you should behave as a kid. It never felt as a kid watching it like somebody would just say, "Oh, don't do that, don't do that." It was like it felt like somebody was talking to you on an equal level.
I was just getting ready to say that, those cartoons, they gave you life lessons as a kid.
Yeah.
They taught you things, right from wrong, how to handle certain situations. Now, like we said earlier, now cartoons, they make you dumb down, and there's no PS and no public service announcements. There's nothing, just thanks for coming out.
If anything, Boat, they teach them to be worse to parents than they used to, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
No shit.
You
Yo, I
can
was
put your
watching-
parents in
bro.
jail if you call this number.
My kid,
I want to hear what Al's gonna say because I'll break it
Yeah,
up
go
over
ahead.
there, man.
It's funny that Bo brought that up because this is something that stuck with me like forever and a day. And it's with G.I. Joe. And I do this at work. Like somebody will ask a question about something, right? And be like, no, I'll ask the question and they'll answer the question and they give me the answer. And then I'll say, now I know. And then one day I said it, another guy said it, no one is half the battle. And I turned around like, what? But I say that every time, like if somebody asks me a question, it's like, they'll say, well, I don't know. And I say, knowing is half the battle. It's like that stuck with me, like in my.
It's a great line, man.
I still use it myself.
Every time I post G.I. Joe comic, I always throw that hashtag in there, and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
I know I learned once watching G.I. Joe not to run when you're on fire. Just put something over you so you won't catch on fire. Because if you do that, it just will get higher and make more fire spread.
See, it's just from her watching G.I. Joe, she knows when she's on fire not to be running around, to stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah. I was watching something on VCR of Death on Instagram. One of them cheesy old 80s movies. Dude was burning up. And he's still walking around just burning in fire. I'm like, fool, stop, drop, and roll, man. Have you heard DMX? Stop, drop, shut down, open up.
But I have to tell you one thing. Watching all these awesome Saturday morning cartoons, I thought that quicksand would be a bigger problem growing up.
Yeah, Tarzan and all that was always in quicksand.
There was always quicksand, and they're always like,
get
out
out
of quicksand.
The Western movies, there was
I thought
quicksand. They
would be
fall in a
way
pit of
more
quicksand out in the middle of nowhere.
common.
Another thing I noticed too about newer cartoons, it seems like they try to enforce and push like political agendas.
Yes.
Try to.
Totally.
I don't know if it's to brainwash the kids per se, or if it's just to make them more aware. And I can't think of the word I'm hunting for, but it pretty much makes them so used to seeing certain things or hearing certain things that it becomes the norm.
Exactly, but the problem with the modern approach is that it feels like cartoons are lecturing down on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, while when we grew up with our cartoons, it was more universal, more like universal lessons. Like there was clear right and wrong, and nowadays they try to just teach from one direction.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. Is my kid's been watching this movie, Mars Steals Your Moms. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that one, but it's basically the whole planet Mars don't have mothers. They're raised by nature. They're like robots, and all the men are threw out to the trash, and they're all outside in the rubble. And basically, Martians come to Earth and take your mother, and they take them up there and they dissect her brain and put it into this robot. And if anything, these new cartoons are teaching the kids, have faith in your school, your teachers, us, but don't trust your parents.
Yep.
I don't like that shit, bro. Like that's what I've noticed.
And you know what? Another thing I noticed in some of those kids shows that's not cartoons, but like kid comedies and stuff. I remember my cousins was watching them, and I was like, the adults are idiots on them shows. It's like they made the kids smarter than the adults.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what?
Dads, they're always dumb.
In my opinion, the new cartoons, I can't watch them personally because sometimes when I watch them, I feel like my intelligence is just slowly seeping out the side of my brain. Because it just seems like the cartoons now they're dumbing down kids. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like a whole bunch of nonsense and useless stuff that's going on. It's like, well, I can't even follow the cartoon. I don't even know what the plot of the cartoon is. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know, but it seems like they have any type of congruency or just not entertaining to me. So
Exactly.
I hate to say it, but a lot of gay-oriented stuff, a lot of male bashing. I see it all the time, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's not. People think I'm crazy, but I understand subliminal messaging. Like
Yeah.
when you see like a guy getting made fun of, and then two girls kissing, you don't have to think that hard to figure out what's going on. You know, like.
Yeah, because back in the days it was like universal messages. It was racism is wrong, pollution is wrong, which is like very clearly, which is not debatable because this is clearly wrong, inhumane things. But nowadays it's really in cartoons they preach anarchism. Uh, I absolutely love Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is an intellect. It's like there's intelligent stuff in there, but it's also Rick Sanchez is no role model. And the problem is sometimes today he's getting marketed as a role model, and then you see crazy people writing at McDonald's to get some sauce. It's cartoons are like nowadays clearly have a way to like in the message they are really preaching disorder.
Yeah. I
Couldn't
like I
agree
said,
anymore.
I watched like a minute or so of some of these new cartoons, and it's not for me. And no disrespect to anybody that likes it. If you like it, that's fine. You know, I mean, more power to you. You know, but you know that most of that stuff today, it's just not for me. You know,
dude,
you know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I will put Generation 1 Transformers against any cartoon within the last 10, 15 years. Anyone.
Yeah. I still can't watch the Transformers movie without crying. That movie really introduced me like to death. Like when Optimus Prime died, I was like, "What is coming back?" Right?
That was the sad. That was like the saddest moment.
But also the way he died, like how noble he like forfeited the matrix of leadership to Rodimus Prime, who had to become a leader himself to lead the next generation. This was so well done, and nowadays I'm still getting like my eyes are getting teary.
Dude, at the end of the movie, I thought that Rodimus Prime was going to be a new figure. I thought that was it. You know what I'm saying? Like they mixed Optimus and Hot Rod together. Because Hot Rod was Hot Rod, and then you heard Optimus Prime talking through him. I was just like, "Oh, dude, that's so ill, bro." And we never really got that.
Yeah.
You know, in the G.I. Joe movie, also, they were supposed to kill Duke off.
Yep.
But because Optimus Prime got killed off, and it caused such a fuss between the fans that they didn't go that route.
They were smart enough to. They were smart to change that because I like the Duke, you know. Often, but when Prime died, man, I was devastated, man. It felt like a part of me died, you know.
Yeah.
He was transforming. At Prime died, dude, I started crying. My mom was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "They killed Prime." It's like, "What did you give me? What is this shit?" You know? Right?
Hey, Big, your audio was kind of fuzzy and stuff.
It was bad.
But yeah.
I can't really hear y'all, man. Someone called me while I was in here.
Yeah,
we can barely hear you too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm on each other.
Yeah, when they killed Prime, I was devastated, man.
It was so early in the movie too, which was even worse. You know, it's like, you know, I thought the same thing. Like, yeah, they're bringing him back. He's coming back. You know,
when they brought him back, but way later.
Yeah.
And there was also like when they had like because also Starscream died, and when they had his ghost through space until he got back then his body, it was really it was crazy, but in a positive way.
You know what's funny? You brought up Starscream as a ghost. In the recent Transformers crossover with the Ghostbusters, he was a ghost and he interacted with the Ghostbusters. And him and Venkman, Venkman was just giving him the lip. You know, Starscream, every time Starscream pisses off Venkman opens up the trap and suck him in and say, yep, you don't get in an argument with Venkman.
That's good. I've never read the crossover. I think I have to read it now.
It's fun, man.
Yeah.
I picked up one issue, but I never got an opportunity to read the one issue I got. But I was interested in reading that run.
Yeah, I think I also still have to read the crossover with Star Trek because I think that the message of Star Trek goes really well with the ideology of Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I will agree with that. Like if you look at it, it fits more with Star Trek than it would with Star Wars. Because even though they have the war battle between the Decepticons and the Autobots, Prime has that ideology. Same with Star Trek.
Yes.
Yep.
So like to preserve everything that lives. Optimus Prime is. Even though, like I say, I'm a big Decepticons fan, but at the end of the day, if I could choose a leader for humanity from all the franchises over the world, I would pick Optimus Prime.
What did y'all think of Beast Wars?
I didn't like the animation.
3D?
The animation killed it for me.
I didn't like the name Optimus Primal. That just was.
I thought Beast Wars was fine. Like I at first I didn't like it. Like when it first came out, I was like, I don't want to see this. I'm used to the Autobots and the Decepticons. I don't want to see Beast. But then when I watched it later on, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. But
has anybody watched Armada?
What?
Transformers Armada.
No, I haven't.
I think
they changed the design of Megatron, and when I watched it, it's like, why did they change Megatron's design? It was perfect. But the animation of Armada was very good. I think if it's downstairs on DVD, just a moment.
You know what showed that was a movie at first and had a cartoon, even though it was 3D CGI?
Rough.
Y'all seen this?
Oh, yeah. You know what though? That Starship Troopers cartoon, man, that was the business, man. That has some serious stuff going on in it, man. I really enjoyed that.
And it's another series that didn't have the proper conclusion. It ended without having the conclusion because that's when the bugs invaded Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And spoiler alert, if I don't want to spoil, but a major member of the group died. And they only had a few more episodes before it just ended with no conclusion.
Yep. But it was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid follow-up to the movie.
Yeah.
It's not, I wouldn't say a follow-up. It's pretty much just retelling the story, but in more like the novel way.
Yeah. That's the Transformers Armada. It was 52 episodes.
Hell yeah. I wasn't going to let y'all talk Transformers and me bounce like that, dude. Transformers is the illest. The only ones I really didn't like was animated, but the rest of them are pretty good. Transformers Prime, Transformers Robot in Disguise, Cyberverse, Cybertron, G1, G2, Headmaster, all that stuff is like the Bible to me, dude. Like I've probably watched every episode of everything.
What do you think of the new trailer that they dropped a while back of the new animated series coming out?
I haven't seen that.
I believe it's going to be a Netflix original, I guess you could say.
It's probably Prime oriented because they was going towards animated too. So I would probably like it. I like the new.
Have you watched Bumblebee the movie?
The animated ain't bad. It's just a little too hokey, bro. I don't like the art that much. I got the figures though. The animated figures are sick.
Because the Bumblebee movie is the only good live action Transformers movie. But it's like,
what are you talking about, bro? That's the worst one. You gotta be kidding me, Bumblebee.
Bumblebee's the best.
Probably because it got John Cena in it.
Bro, you're timed out for me, dude. I can't mess with Bumblebee, bro.
Wow, time.
That's garbage, bro.
You know what's the weirdest thing about Transformers 3? The one I think they did from Oliver Stone.
What?
My former boss is in that movie because he paid to have a guest role.
Yo,
So every time I was watching it, he's like the guy after the party who says he's young, he will learn.
I like the one with John Goodman as Hound. I like that one, dude. That was pretty good. It had
I
Marky
think those
Mark.
movies never really got the true got really the characters right, like especially how the rivalry between Megatron and Optimus Prime. For me, the movies never really.
That fucked the show up. Are y'all frozen?
No,
all right.
Can't hear us?
I hear y'all. Yeah. I don't know, bro.
That's because people are talking positively about the Michael Bay movies.
I watched half of that Bumblebee movie. I couldn't get through it, but I think the live actions have nothing against the cartoon, bro. The cartoon movie was the best, bro, out of all the cartoon shit, or out of all the Transformers.
I agree with that.
By a long shot. Ain't even close, bro. And you know what? They were pretty good. The live action. People hate on them, but I liked them. I thought they were all good.
I only liked it the first one.
I liked the last one with John Goodman and Marky Mark, probably the best.
I didn't even watch those. Like, I couldn't get past part 2. I couldn't get past the second one when I saw a Transformer with nutsack, man. I was like, what the hell is this? No!
Yo, I was buying all them movie figures, so I was into it, dude. I would get every one that came out, man.
But also especially with the Michael Bay Transformers movies, I always say if there are beings from other dimensions, you shouldn't be able to tell the race of the robot.
Bro, Transformers is fascinating, bro. It's fun stuff. I agree with Buff to a certain extent because they got rid of Starscream.
Some old school racism.
Man,
he died.
When they got rid of Starscream, I was done.
Yeah, that's not a good move, bro.
Don't get rid of Starscream. God damn it. That's Starscream.
No, I agree. And Optimus Prime dies every damn live action movie.
It felt like that. Somebody told me about the third or fourth one. They said Optimus Prime dying. I'm like, again?
Yeah.
They horned this
keep
stuff
dying.
out,
It's like that on it.
They like, damn, they doing Optimus Prime dirty.
Yo, Prime's back. Get the whole crew together. That's how every one of them starts.
Has anybody played the Transformers Devastation game? That one had a really
Hell yeah, I got that stuff, bro. That's dope, bro.
Yeah. The cell shading is awesome, and the only thing about it, you should have made it like a co-op game. There's way too less co-op games nowadays, because I also remember back in the days playing Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo, which is probably the best Super Nintendo game out there.
Oh,
Turtles
shit, I
in
would have
Time
to,
is a classic.
That's a whole nother conversation, bro. My favorite Super Nintendo game was Killer Instinct.
I knew this was gonna happen, but I'm eventually gonna do a show on video games.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm undefeated in Tekken. No one's ever beat me in Tekken.
Oh, get out of here, man.
I'm 100 and 1,000.
You lying. You ain't telling your shit, man.
Bro, I got Tekken 7. I got Tekken 6. I got every Tekken online, dude. Come at me, Stone Cold, brother. I'll roll you up.
Hey, that's why I said that, Biggie. I know you play all the time.
Yeah.
Go into a fighting promo between Biggie and Stone Cold.
I wish somebody would in this community challenge me at Tekken, brother. I wish they would. Bring it.
Hey, I can be undefeated if I'm 0-0.
You can be undefeated against the computer. Yo, I'm undefeated in my town. Nobody's beat me in real life.
Oh man,
Man.
It's been a while since I played. I played Tekken 7. I loved it.
See, I just remember the Tekken I remember was the earlier ones with Lee and had Kuma Bear on it.
Yeah.
He had that clap. He had them claws.
It was good shit, bro. Tekken was the first 1 million copy game sold.
Man, I remember when I used to play, when we got Tekken 3. I ain't get Tekken 1 or 2, but when I brought 3, man, Eddie was my dude. And then you had Forrest Law, Brian.
Law was always good. Law and Lee.
Yeah. Yoshimitsu.
I love the spinning move attack he did, man. I love that shit.
Hey,
and then I remember back in the days when we used to go to arcades after school. And this is when X-Men versus Street Fighter came out. Bro, I used to fucking go in there and just dominate, man. X-Men versus Street Fighter? Bam, that shit was deep.
We got a challenger. Check out Aggressively Relaxing's comment.
Bro, aggressively, dude. My tag's Biggie Shaq, homie. Send a friend request. We'll get it on tonight.
Stream it.
What? He said, which game, which
I wish
console?
you would.
Hey, we got to stream now. And I want Al doing the introductions and the play-by-play. Oh, and Biggie lands a spinning round kick. Oh, Aggressively's back at him with a throw punch.
Dusty Brick Brown, you got your belt, dude? I haven't seen you strapped up yet, man.
Yeah,
he's got all the stuff ready, Biggie, to do the promo.
He's gonna do a whole big one.
Yep.
Hey, we gotta get him on the Mega Power Hour, man, if he's available.
I was trying to last week. I'll try again. I gotta get your email.
Man, that was a hell of a AOK Hialeah thrown out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
God, dang.
Damn.
Hey, Puck was shuffling like a deck of cards, slabs like a deck of cards.
Lucha Libre something, dude. Lucha told me, I probably shouldn't even say it, but he was like, dude, maybe we should just open yours offline. I was like, what's the point in that? I was like, I want people to see my Lucha A-OK, you know what I mean? But
yeah, because that shit was all for MegaCon, man. Everybody had everybody's stuff for MegaCon, and that shit got Boat out a lot of work too, man.
How much is a pack of Marlboro Red 100?
He was fixing to go to drawing.
Yeah.
You ain't opened yours yet, Biggie, from Hialeah?
I haven't got it yet.
Okay.
But
I got Boats from Hialeah.
But wouldn't it be nice if coronavirus would be just a Saturday morning cartoon villain, and then you can pick it up and you killed MegaCon?
Yeah. I'm always going to remember for that.
Yeah, that's what 2020 is going to be remembered for, man. Look at
I got 7.
Goes on Steve first.
That's the Hialeah torpedo I got yesterday. Mine and Boats is in the same box, so I've seen a little bit of Boats.
Uh-oh.
Just got land blasted yesterday. And then he hit me up with this Superman first Doomsday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro, that slab is friend.
Yo,
I didn't know the Lucha had any DC, bro. That kind of messing me
I know, right?
Hey,
he's a Marvel guy, man. He got that.
Hey, let me tell you, Sean, when I went to Lucha's house, there, look at.
Oh, I also on that
X-Men.
Also on that X-Men book that I just recently picked that one up, the one with the Sentinels on it.
This one?
Yeah, I got that from my shop.
Yeah, I've been shopping on eBay, man, since the LC. Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, it's like what, 102?
98.
This is 98.
98.
And then I got this one yesterday, and this one is a reprint of 15, the first appearance of Master Mold. This is issue 68, and I got these yesterday too.
Awesome, man. Gambit.
Yeah, man. So
no, Xavier don't like that.
Oh, he got one. I think he got one or two.
Hey, I hope y'all do a show tonight because I'll be on again.
That's what's up, man.
Has anybody of you ever watched this movie?
Oh
yes,
Cyborg with Van Damme.
But you know that the script of this movie was originally for Masters of the Universe 2, the sequel that never got made.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, this
It
movie
turns
was
into
the
that.
He-Man movie, the second one.
Oh, what's up, Javi? Yeah, the scene that stuck out to me the most in that movie was when the guy was underground in the sewers, and the guy was coming through the aisle, and Van Damme stretched out like he does with his legs split on top. I'm like, bro, you ain't look up before you even came to that point.
Since Hobby's in the chat, I can show him. This is the box for Boat. It got here, and I got to meet up with Boat and deliver a lot of stuff.
Nice.
It's
I got
a lot
people
of
hollering
stuff,
at me on the street.
I know. I heard someone holler, "You want to play me in Tekken, Biggie?" I guess so.
Yo, those are fighting words, bro. The Tekken community ain't like the comic book community, dude.
Hey, I knew from your other streams that you liked Tekken and you fought. No, I watched all of them. I was laughing. I said, first chance I get to mess with Biggie, I'm gonna do it.
Yo, that stuff, dude, that's like my heart, bro. Before comics and stuff, man, Lei Wulong and Tekken, bro, she's like Pete, bro.
Oh, Tekken's a badass game.
Oh, what we got?
Badass game.
Big Al, man.
Hey, there he is. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me introduce myself. My name is the Making Mangler, Dusty Brick. I want to thank everybody for being here today. And I want to let everybody know that these people on this particular panel are the most awesomest of the family of the comic book community. Let me tell you something, brother. When I'm on the microphone, it's smooth like coffee and cream. Let me tell you something else. I want to give props to Bigger Shaq. Bigger Shaq got this particular belt for me. Thank you so much, brother. You're very appreciated. Stone Cold, you're the greatest, man. Let me tell you something, Jack. If you were in trouble with anybody and anywhere in this United States, you best believe that the Making Mangler will come and destroy them. Doesn't matter where they are. It doesn't matter what they got in their back pocket. It doesn't matter what they have in their trunk. I'm going to be there for you, Jack. You understand me? You understand, Steve?
That was really good,
baby.
Damn.
Now, let me explain some things to everybody here. You may not have seen me before. You may not know who I am. Right now, that is inconsequential. All you need to know is that I am hell on earth. And if you mess with anybody on this panel, it will be hell to pay. I don't care what race, creed, color, national origin, where you reside on this planet, you will get dealt with. Because my name is the Making Mangler, and I come to destroy. I am one of the newest members of the NWO.
Yeah, brother.
That's it.
Yo.
Represent.
And let me
NWO.
We represent all over the country, all over the world, from the north to the south, to the east, to the west. It is on and popping like Donkey Kong. And let me tell you something else. You're not going to get this belt easily. It's going to be hell to pay to get this building. So I welcome any challenger, anyone that comes and thinks that they can take this belt away from me. You tried. And when you leave here, I promise you it's going to be the Undertaker. And I'm not talking about the Undertaker in the WWE. Now,
all right, man. You got me jacked up, dude.
No, I'm not done. I got one more thing to say. At this particular time, it is going to be this belt against anyone that comes. Comic book cover, I got you covered. Knowledge, I got you covered. If you want to get on the square circle, I got you, Jack. So
right,
now.
Yo, Stone Cold, yo, Puff, brother, give me that mic, brother. I got back my boy Dusty Brick Brown up, man. Yo, you know your boy Biggie Shaq keeps a Scully cap in the car just in case for emergencies, dude. And NWO represent for sure Dusty Brick Brown, brother. We had to get him that strap because Stone Cold said so. And when Stone Cold says so, dude, you oblige.
You
and
better.
my boy got the universal strap because, like he said, he's a universal ass kicker, dude. So watch your back, brother. Coming to the Power Hour soon, man. That's all I got, dude. Big Hollywood Hogan Biggie Shaq's out, brother.
That's right.
Hey man, we got to get VV a belt over there, man. We got to get him. He's got to be the something with the
Austrian champion.
European belt.
The
Oh, that'd be
European
nice.
champion.
That'd be like the European Championship.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That was the best promo I ever heard. Hands
Dude,
down.
Dusty, bro, is
The
phenomenal.
Macon Mangler.
The Macon Mangler.
He's gonna kill the fucking Power Hour, dude.
And then after that, he's gonna jump in on the hunt and mangle all of them fools. I want to see.
Yeah, bro.
I want to see him do that to King Johnfrey.
Someone's got to beat that fool, man. We got to beat fucking John, bro. John's been whooping everybody.
Oh man, that was awesome, bro.
As long as
Yeah,
you
man.
use the rules.
I'm glad I was here to see it, dude. That was a great promo.
Thank you.
Probably better than
Macon.
me. I can't lie.
Hot as hell, boy. I'm telling you, boy. Good.
Yeah. Hey, after this, I was like, hey, man, I got to check out. I got to hit that shot. Man.
I was like telling myself, man, shut up, man. This
But you was in the zone, bro.
Dude,
Once
you
you
was just
get,
killing it, bro. Yo, you're probably better than 80% of the real wrestling promos out there, dude.
Hey man, let me tell you something. I have watched enough wrestling to be able to. I mean, you know, man, when you see a good promo, man, if you watch enough wrestling, anybody can cut a promo if you can talk, though, for real. Like,
Right.
yep.
A lot of these guys can talk. It's a problem.
yeah, you're right.
The best promos were always when they came from something real. And they totally destroyed this in modern wrestling with all the scripting.
Yeah,
Like
I
Jack
agree.
Swagger, bro. Jack Swagger's built for wrestling all day, but he can't talk because he stutters.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why you have good managers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Need the
Yeah, they put-
managers, man.
They put Dutch Mandel with him. He's a good mouthpiece. Dutch can talk.
Like I said, man, when you watch, like you said, when you watch enough wrestling and you see these guys cut promos and you imitate them, then you start putting it together and you create your own. You know,
Yeah.
and you use elements from other people by also creating your own element.
That's it.
Like the Ultimate Warrior back in the days. Nothing that he said made sense, but it didn't have to make sense.
That's who you got to be, Verazian, dude. You got to be the warrior.
Nah, but Verazian makes sense though, man.
I'm Berlin.
I don't know who the hell Verazian would be, bro. It had to be a weird one.
But he'll be awesome, that's for sure. Once
Yeah,
we
it
put
would
the
be
strap,
dope.
once we get him the strap, I guarantee you he's gonna go straight into character mode. And,
Das
Yeah.
Wunderkind.
Vigilante's a pretty boy too, bro. Like,
hey, you know, remember Alex Wright?
Alex Wright was
oh
Wunderkind,
shit,
yeah.
that's perfect.
His father
There
was
we
a
go,
very
yeah.
popular wrestler in Austria.
Yo, that's perfect. Or just Arnold. He could be Arnold.
I just want to see him do the Alex Wright dance though.
No, Arnold got a belt. They gave Arnold a Hollywood belt or something once, dude. It was good.
Oh man.
I really have. I think I've sent you like wrestling has a big history in Austria. So a lot of JBL, Owen Hart, before they came to the WWF, they had the first experience wrestling in Vienna. Like European wrestling thing was so big, and there were also these two songs, "We Are Dynamite" and "Young, Strong, and Healthy," who were on the top of Austrian charts. You have to listen to these songs, especially in "We Are Dynamite." You also see young Owen Hart singing. And
Yeah, you sent me that video. I
Yeah,
was thrown
like-
off. I was like, what the heck?
it's crazy, but it's awesome.
Yo, Big.
Yo,
You seen that Macho Man promo I sent, right?
yeah, where he was younger. Yeah, I saw that.
But you saw that before, or that
No,
was
I
your
don't
first
think- That was probably the first time.
time? What do you think? 'Cause I was kind of thrown off, man. Macho was younger, but at the same time crying and like he was sobbing on the mic, man.
I think that it was Raw Macho Man, and it was a lot more intense and scary, dude.
Yeah. He was like,
He was on some other shit, bro. He was like Charles Manson when he started.
Oh, hey, Bo, I remember you was in the chat when we played that video, right?
I believe so.
Oh man,
I don't remember it though.
I guess he starts crying.
right
Right?
from the get go.
Yeah.
Man, we had a blast watching that, man. I was like, man, I was like, man, why the hell y'all showed me this, man? Because I'm so used to Macho Man in the WWF I only saw a couple of things from his USWA in the days and stuff, but that I've never seen.
But we haven't mentioned the Hulk Hogan cartoon yet, the Rock and Wrestling one.
Oh yeah, we ain't really talk about it. But yeah, that was huge in the mid '80s. Back when
I used to watch the TV Guide channel, and I'd see Hogan's Heroes come on, and I would think it was that cartoon and wait on it.
Oh, Hogan's Heroes, yeah.
It wasn't
Hogan's Heroes was the.
Do you remember that Baywatch episode with Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan and Vader?
Yeah, that was doing that crossover.
Hey, remember that show Hogan had called Thunder?
It was crazy, like when Ric Flair was about
Thunder and Paradise
from the
Thunder Paradise is awesome.
This Baywatch episode were top notch.
And I'll admit, I watched some of Hogan's cheesy movies in the mid to late '90s. Like, you remember the movie he did? The movie he did with Carl Weathers, Shadow Warriors.
There were two movies.
Shadow
War and Shadow War. And
no, I didn't see that. I want to watch it though.
Oh man, I watched the hell out of those two movies.
What's it called, though?
And the craziest thing. In the second Shadow Warrior movie, it plays in Austria parts of it. In a fictional town called Grazbruck, which doesn't exist.
That's crazy. Shadow Warriors. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that, man. Him and Carl Weathers, man.
That sounds
good. Sean, what wrestler was it that did that movie with where he put the glasses on, he could see stuff? And
Roddy Piper.
They
the best movie a wrestler ever did.
That was pretty good.
Really?
That's when he had that 20-minute fight with Keith David.
Yes.
Put on the glasses. Put on the
You know, Piper gave Hogan shit about that too. He's like, I'm a better wrestler and a better actor than you, Hogan. He wasn't lying about the acting, dude. That movie was way better than Hogan's shit.
Hell Comes to Frogtown.
With Piper?
That one too,
yeah. And that's because also Sandal Bergman, who plays Valerian Conan, is in it.
Man, you know, I watched a lot of Piper movies back in the day, but I can't even remember most of the plots to them.
Yeah. The Bad Pack is also a good one. It's with Ralph Möller. And I think Sven-Ole Thorsen, who plays Torgrim in Conan, is also in it.
I remember a movie Roddy Piper did where he was like the bad guy, but more of a henchman, and he went up against Don the Dragon Wilson. Y'all remember Don the Dragon?
Yeah, I remember him.
There's so many great B movies from that time, where with some wrestlers or old school action heroes, and most of them are so undervalued and underrated, so entertaining. It's when you watch Ancient Warriors or The Bad Pack, these are basically movies that did the whole Expendables thing before the Expendables, but better because the Expendables has too many shaky cams and too much CGI.
I can't stand shaky cam, man. That's the worst thing that ever happened in action movies, man. Can't stand that shit.
Yeah, and I really laugh. There's so many, especially with some minor friends of Arnold. It's so many B movies, action movies.
Oh man!
Yeah, but Arnold, to me, Arnold's best movie is still Predator, man. In that Predator movie, when he climbs out into the mud and then he finds out he can't see through the mud, he knew he was done till that happened.
Now Predator is I was so lucky when I've seen Predator for the first time, because there's only one mistake that Predator does, and this is revealing in the beginning that the Predator is an alien. When I watched it for the first time, I didn't see the beginning, and it was just an awesome action movie in the jungle. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then suddenly there's an alien. This is even cooler.
Yeah, did you don't remember when the what was it? The girl said he only comes in the hot months in the summer.
Yeah.
Boy, and then you get a little glimpse of it moving. I'm like, man, what the hell? Well, I was like, man, my ass would be gone out of there, man.
I rewatched Predator 2 today because tomorrow is Alien Day.
And then, then they shot off your boy's
alien-related
arm.
movies for it's one of my favorite holidays, and it's also so awesome in the beginning of Predator 2 when you have the Predator theme and you think it's in the jungle, and then Los Angeles in the future of 1997.
Yeah, man, the one thing that gets me about Predator movies is, especially with Predator 2, was Bill Paxton and the man fought the Terminator.
Yeah.
He fought the aliens.
He's the only actor that got killed by Terminator, Yautja, and then Xenomorph. Some people say that Lance Henriksen did the same, but Lance Henriksen was killed by Predator in Alien vs. Predator, killed by Terminator in Terminator 1, but the Xenomorph didn't kill him as Bishop.
Yeah, he was a rogue android.
Exactly. That's why I say that he doesn't count in that way, because Bishop was an android, and his head was still functioning in Alien 3. But Bill Paxton got killed by all.
Man, Bill Paxton was a good ass actor, man.
Creatures.
Man, you know what movie I was watching the other day? I was watching Trespass with Ice-T and Ice Cube when they was in that abandoned warehouse. I love that movie, man.
I don't know what one, but you know what we all should do? We should all watch together. We should all watch together Shaquille O'Neal's Steel, and we should do the audio commentary.
That'd be awesome.
Yo, I'm about to take y'all to my toy room, dude. I'll be quiet.
Little Shaq sleeping. You wake Little Shaq up.
I got a whole room.
We're gonna hear a promo cut.
And we do the audio commentary.
Get him asleep.
Hey, Varangian, but when Carl Weathers' arm got shot off and it was still freaking squeezing the trigger, that was badass. Carl was looking all bad, and then he ended up being like, I'm a good guy in the end. They flipped it. It was pretty good, though.
Carl Weathers did so many cool movies, and nobody appreciates them. Also, Action Jackson, and of course the Shadow Warrior movies with Hulk Hogan. And then, of course, the best parody of himself in Arrested Development. Baby,
I like the Carl Weathers and Happy Gilmore.
Y'all remember this?
God, yeah, Happy Gilmore.
Y'all remember the Typhoon?
Yeah.
Yep. I got a bunch of Nerf. Where's Waldo? You know, R2D2. I got all my Transformer boxes. Gangs of Transformer box. C3 figure holder. Castle Grayskull. Transformers galore. You know what I mean, dude? Just like
you got some.
Yo, the GoBox Command Center, brother. There you go. Yo, and that's just boxes, bro. They're stuffed to the floor. You know what I mean? So
it's like,
I wish I could get. There's a Millennium Falcon.
Every time he's streaming from his home, I always waiting like in the background to be like a hog-tied woman.
Battle boards. Yeah, there ain't no hog-tied women though. Not right now. Here's a DS.
In the basement.
Hey, he said not right now.
Yo, Lil Shaq. Look at Lil Shaq. He went for Puff's toy.
Oh, that's awesome,
He got the Echo.
That's awesome.
He's got he's got Echo. He's got the freaking sweet. I love the Echo. That's the best thing to me about the toys of Ghostbusters.
Bro, I can't even get to them, dude. It's so bad, bro. All the damn toys I got.
Hey, they have an Ecto. They have that car as a pop, Puff.
Yeah, I know. I have the pop.
Yeah, but they had a big one, man. It was like expensive, man. I was at the flea market and saw it. I said, "Damn, boy, if Sean sees this, boy."
Yeah, but don't buy it for me, Steve. You know, I'm happy with the one I got. I don't need.
Oh, it wasn't a. It was the freaking car.
Yeah, like I said, I'm happy with the smaller one I got, man. I got that giant ass Stay Puff up there. You know, that looks awesome. I don't need no more humongous pops.
That car reminded me of it.
How they comment by aggressively relaxing with Carl Weathers in the Mandalorian, like. Because in Arrested Development he plays like a cheaper version of himself. That's
Oh, there's a
perfect.
good one. The Black Voltron. That's a dope one.
Nice.
Oh, this is a big old motherfucker boy right here. Cobra Jet. I forget its name. It's one of the expensive ones though.
The G.I. Joe toys in the past and were so big.
Hey,
Yeah.
Biggie, you ever
I've
think
never
about
seen them
selling
in
some
stores.
toys?
Yeah, I've never seen them in the stores here because G.I. Joe was not really a thing here.
What is it, Stone Cold?
I said, you ever think about selling some of them toys? You could probably get you another freaking Timely with all them toys.
I've thought about it. I've thought about it, dude, but I changed my mind after
Yeah, but
about
little
a day
Shaq
of
might
thinking
want them
about it.
toys.
Yeah, it's gonna be too hard to replace them, bro. Like this one I got, dude. I'll show you. It's probably a $200 or $300 toy, and I could picture myself trading it for like a big grill or something. But it's the 1999. Here, I'll get it. This thing is fucking nutty, bro. Every comic shop should have one of these, dude.
Because
Hold
I
on one
think if you
second.
sell all those toys, you could build your own Cybertron with the money.
Oh Lord.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Our Imperial finest.
Yeah, I've seen that at
Yeah, he posted on Instagram once.
Yeah.
that I've seen one of those though at what you call it.
I
Big
love
Red.
everything that makes Rebels come run.
That's an awesome piece, man.
Yeah. I love the Empire. It's like it's like if somebody ever would gift me a Rebel figure, I would just burn it. But even when I buy the Lego sets, I just throw away the Rebel figures. I hate Rebels.
Rebel scum.
Rebels come exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah, my three favorite Star Wars characters: Grand Moff Tarkin, Grand Admiral Thrawn, and Director Krennic. Just the
Grand
most
Moff
awesome.
Grand Moff Tarkin was awesome in the first movie.
I
I kind
love
of wish
Grand
they
Moff
didn't kill him off.
Yeah.
He was so tied to that Death Star, though. He wasn't leaving that bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Head held up high.
That's why I liked it in Rogue One, where he took over the Death Star from the guy who created it. He like, yeah, this bitch is mine now. That right there started his love for that Death Star.
Station that I spoke of in the first place. I always say Krennic is like bad luck Krennic.
Bro,
But the characters.
I was so shocked that they used his face as CGI in Rogue One. That
And it
Yeah,
looked
oh.
good too.
yeah, but at the same time, it was a distraction because you're just looking at this guy's face. Like, are they really using this man's face from? I'm trying to find the holes in it, the CGI and shit.
My heart was pounding because I thought we may see him from the back because you can't tell a story about the Death Star without Grand Moff Tarkin in it. But he had more screen time in Rogue One as a dead person than he did in the original Star Wars.
Yep.
That was crazy, man.
Yeah.
And Moff Tarkin.
I still think Rogue One is the best of the series out of all five of them that have come out since then.
I think Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie, period. I love military science fiction, and Rogue One is the most military fiction themed movie that Star Wars ever did.
Plus, it had Ip Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that. So you guys ready to call it?
Oh yeah, the
quits?
Tarkin book was great, and also Catalyst. Catalyst is the pre-story of Rogue One by the same author that wrote the Tarkin book, and it's also a lot about Tarkin and of course Krennic. I was lucky. I read Catalyst before Rogue One came into the cinema, and basically the book ends and then Rogue One starts. It's fantastic.
That's right, Wing Chun in space. So I'll ask you, y'all ready to call it quits?
Hell nah.
I think this Saturday morning thing needs a part 2 or something.
Hey, Sean, if you had $1,000 to spend on one comic book, what would you buy right now?
1,000 comics.
$1,000. You could buy any comic, but you gotta say now, if it's a big book, you gotta go, but it's gonna be like a 1.0 if I get this book. You know what I mean? It's gotta be realistic. You like, say you wanted
I know 52. Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
You could probably get a 6.
Mid-grade be best.
6 or 6 in that area.
I would say between the 4 and the 6.
Yes, you would still be able to get like a 6 for $1,000. I'm just, all right, Varangian, what's your book? Or you got $1,000. You can only spend it on one book. You can't be dividing it up.
The Queen of the Black Coast, Brazilian First Conan.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be good. Hey, one thing's for sure. Jeff's on the panel. He's going to say something.
That Brazilian book is a ghost. It was done unlicensed. Conan was blonde in it, but basically it's the first comic book adaptation of a Robert E. Howard, the Conan story. Even though it was,
I'm saving Biggie for last on this question. Al's up, $1,000. I'm gonna go with he's gonna get an X-Men book, but that's just what I think.
You're absolutely correct. I will do my best to get giant size, but that'll probably be a low grade right along.
Yep. You can get probably a 5.0, 4. Which to me, if the book presents well, I don't give a damn what grade it is. If I look at that cover and it looks nice and it ain't missing a half of the page or something in the front, I'm good.
I agree. I'm not picky when it comes down to that.
No, hell no. Too many books out there you wouldn't get.
Matter of fact, there was one I almost pulled the trigger on eBay. It was actually the first appearance of the Watcher guy at a 3.5. He was letting go for like $200. So I almost got it, but I said nah. But yeah, it'd be giant size.
Giant size. So you go giant. Okay. Let's Bo. What do you got, Bo?
I don't even know.
Is it going to be Jughead 79, or are you going to go over to Daredevil 1, possibly a 2.5 area you can get right now? Daredevils have dropped some. I've been noticing it.
Yeah, I would probably go after the Daredevil since it would probably be a little more harder to acquire. Well,
yeah, you could get a super high grade of a Jughead 79. Though.
Jughead 79 is hard to come by, so that's a tough one. I guess I'd probably go Jughead 79 just because it's harder to get than Daredevil 1.
I'd have to throw. I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess on Biggie that he's probably going to go with a Submariner, maybe Timely, or something Timely.
A ripped page of Action Comics number 1.
That would be dope. Yo, for $1,000 though, bro, my gold book is an Incredible Hulk 2.
Oh, yeah.
But that you could get that cheaper than $1,000. So
yeah, you could get it
the
cheaper,
problem with me, dude.
But see, if you're going to get a Hulk 2, then you got to get the best grade you can get. You might could get a 3 or 4.0 or something, you know.
Well, I mean, if I have $1,000 though, that gives you the option. I could possibly get a Incredible Hulk 1 or AF-15, and I'm torn between AF-15 and Incredible Hulk 1. So I think I would take the Incredible Hulk 1 because it's a little more realistic. Because even a 0.5 AF-15 is like $1,400.
Shoot, yeah, them AF-15s are expensive. I don't care what it is. A page is expensive.
Yeah, you're lucky you could get one for $1,000. So I think you could get a number 1 Incredible Hulk. That's what I would go with.
So you think a 0.5 Incredible Hulk beat up, copy that just isn't complete though? Got to be.
Yeah, nice little cover for a 0.5.
Me and Comics on the Mind, we got the same mind wave going. Low grade first Black Panther. Both of us are probably going to try and chase that.
You don't have to get a low grade. You can get.
I got the German, and thank you for that. But like I said, I want to get both. I want to have a foreign and an American. That'd be awesome.
I know. I got to get the American copy of
I
this.
just got the complete run of the British Savage Sword of Conan magazine.
The complete one?
It's that
Hey,
only
look at that.
magazine.
Wow.
Yo, that's dope for Angie.
I like that cover.
I will
Hell
do a
yeah,
video
that's,
about it next
that's
week.
like the exact #1 copy, huh?
Yeah, it's magazine sized and the
Damn.
colors are changed. Like they have different background
Oh
colors,
hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, those
That's
are sweet,
cameo
man.
of Elric.
and it's so nice to see like
That's
the
a cameo of
magazine
Elric.
size.
The next one's the first Elric.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
do a video about them next week.
Mickey, did you see this one? He got me this one. He got me AF-15.
Yeah,
The
man,
German
that's
version.
sweet.
That sucker is sweet as hell. I got it still on my desk.
I would be
But this
happy
is-
with the German. I would probably
It's a
just
German
be happy. I would
version,
probably
it's
just
number
choose
17.
that.
Hell yeah, because that's expensive. This book's expensive as hell, man.
Yeah, bro. Craven popped like a mug, bro. Craven's
Yeah.
way up.
The paper on the German editions is a little bit thicker, so it's easier to get them in a high grade.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got my first Rhino because all them early Silver Age Spider-Man enemies are going way up.
I still have some German books for Jim, and I can't wait. Next month the quarantine finally ends, so I can hopefully go to the post then.
I'm patiently waiting. I can't wait.
What are you talking about? I got it. Where's my? This is a tracking number for Varangian's freaking Conan 1. I sent him. It still ain't there. It's going on. It's 6 weeks now.
Yeah,
it'll get there. It'll get there.
Yeah, we're waiting because we know this quarantine's slowing it down. It's the only reason I'm not like panicking. Because that sucker's been, what they say, Varangian in transit.
In transit.
What the hell, man? This
not in
boat's running on.
Austria.
This boat's
So I can tell.
pedaled. I could just see a guy pedaling. I'm tired, man. Because it's taking forever.
I mean, this book
Look at
that
that.
Hialeah hooked me up, man.
I just ordered that one yesterday.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, man, that's awesome. That's just awesome, man. And I know Robert G would like this, the tentacles, you know, and call
Yeah.
like, bring your tentacles. I'll chop each and every one of them off.
And I'll deliver them for food to Robert G.
But yo, this Iron Fist, man.
Dude, I know, man.
This just looks so good, even if it's a low grade and it doesn't have.
Hey, is that the first
coupon.
appearance of him, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a.
Yeah, Luke Shane's playing, bro.
I got an Iron Fist, like his series, Sean. It's a variant of Iron Fist like that. It was a pretty sweet one. I got like 3 or 4 copies. I got to get you one of them. Throw in there.
Yeah, and I also got now the Song of Red Sonja. They reprint the British one. Was this cover ever used for an US Avengers comic?
I don't think so.
Shit, that's
Because
sweet
the
as
UK
shit.
one, like also that one with Ultron
That
and
one
the
looks
one.
familiar. That one looks
Yeah.
familiar.
The UK ones have so dope, such dope covers.
Yeah, y'all got some cool shit, man.
And of course,
What's that
here,
toy behind you,
which I
Bryce,
got
Ian?
for a sick price, the first German Frank
Nice.
Frazetta one.
Yeah,
Just
that's
classic.
a sweet book. Hell yeah.
And I paid about $9 for it.
I think
Which
it's her
is
nipples by her armpits, but I don't understand. How's that work?
I love it,
Yo,
man.
you got a transformer behind you, Vigilante, or is that Legos?
Who?
I got a lot of Transformers behind me.
Oh, he does got him. Hey, that's dope, dude. That's nice, bro.
The
Is
Siege
that
one.
classic? Let me see that star screen.
Yeah, sucks.
And of course, it's laser beam.
Oh shit, those are nice.
Yes, and the wonderful thing is also
That's Titan's Return, dude. That's really dope. Or Cybertron. Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can also transform, of course, Laserbeak into a cassette and then shoot them out.
Yeah, bro.
The
I
siege
got
ones
the
are awesome.
Soundwave. I got the Soundwave version of that.
Oh no. Of course,
Soundwave.
Shockwave.
No, Blaster. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's really good. Shockwave. Yeah, Shockwave, bro. I got the Radio Shack Shockwave. They called him Radio Shockwave. That's before G1, bro. They made Shockwave from a Radio Shack toy.
Dang.
I believe so. Yeah, that's so interesting when you see the history of the figures that already also existed in Japan before that, and then they just took it. And then how the Marvel comic really started to make like the whole history.
What they used to call them, Veracian, Transformers had the plans from the diecast or some shit, and they stole all their molds and put them in the G1.
I think the color.
It was something, dude. But yeah, they definitely were out before Transformers had them.
The last time, I really have to get more of the original UK Transformers. Those books are so awesome.
Hey.
Yeah, nobody talks about the character that came out of them was Death Head or something, right?
It's one of my favorite characters since I was a kid. And the UK Transformers, they made this. They brought the whole Transformers mythology to another level.
I agree.
I'll be getting some real Ghostbuster UK issues
nice.
in the mail. Think about 5 or 6 issues. Plus the guy threw in some bonuses because on my Ghostbuster page he was selling them, and so I DM'd him about it, and we had a talk and stuff, and then he started showing me some extra stuff that he'll send to me. So I was like, yeah, that's awesome, man.
The Marvel UK market is so undervalued because nobody in Britain cared about those books when they came out. Because, of course, they wanted the original US comics. So you can get the UK reprints and variants for a really good price. Especially here in Europe because the shipping is... But I think that there's some cover arts that are so beautiful and they really deserve to be out there more. And of course, it's a
gave him a giant turtle.
Mikey.
Noise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a cool one, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's my favorite turtle I got.
Who's your favorite turtle?
Do I sound like crap?
Is it
My favorite
Michelangelo?
turtle, Raphael.
Mine too.
Mine's is Leo.
Raphael was the wild card, bro. You can have all the turtles kidnapped, and if Raphael's still loose, you still got a chance.
Yeah.
Does Slash count as a turtle? That was my favorite turtle toy.
Slash.
I love the Slash toy. That was awesome.
Oh yeah. Slash. He was a snapping turtle.
Yeah.
Right.
Counts as a turtle.
Yeah, those were good. My favorite figure was Metalhead because he was all gold chrome.
Oh,
it was
that one was
bro.
awesome
I love that.
too. I also had that one.
Yeah, you got to get one of those, dude.
I never got a Shredder figure as a kid because it was impossible to find Shredder here. It was
my original.
I'll be
the
giving this
first
a boat
Shredder
soon.
figure that I got was the Super Shredder after the Secret of the Ooze movie, which was fun because also Kevin Nash was my favorite wrestler back then.
Really?
Kevin Nash is a jump, bro. He's top 3 on mine.
Kevin Nash played the Super Shredder.
That's a dope comic he's sending you, bro. I love how Stone Cold puts his name on it. I left the names on all my stuff.
Yeah. I had a lot of AOKs, man. I had to start putting names on them, man. I was like, damn, man. I'm sending a lot out.
No,
so
I keep all the Stone Cold notes and shit, bro.
Shit, man.
I was a big Diesel guy back in the day.
Dude, Kevin Nash was a junk, bro. You remember He was in another movie, video game. What was Virtual Fighter or something?
Oh yeah,
He played
Dead or Alive, and he played a parody of
Dead or
Hogan.
Alive. Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
it was
so
really
awesome.
good, bro. He
He's
looked like a beast in that thing, bro.
yeah, he's
He
in
was
the
huge.
Punisher movie with Chain.
Yep.
Yeah, he got
Yep.
that
Hey, he has
hot
long
boil-
hair,
he had that hot boiling pot thrown in his face. Oh man.
and he's
It's a
playing.
shame we didn't get more Scott Hall in the movies. I would
And he's-
have killed for a Scott Hall cameo, bro.
Yeah, and he's playing Odin in a Thor B movie.
Really?
Nash?
That one.
This man got it, man. He got it.
Boy,
Bro, that is wild.
Like
He
in,
played Odin.
Oh man, I
he
gotta
plays
put him
Odin in that Thor movie.
Huh. I'll be damned.
I can't imagine Nash being Odin.
No, he's too skinny.
but Nash as Odin?
Yeah.
I don't get it. You gotta get Sean Connery or something.
Oh man,
Yo, Connery would have been a good Heihachi from Tekken.
I can see that.
Oh damn, that's kind of playing back to when. Oh lord.
Oh, that's the kind of, oh my god. That is the most comical shit I've seen all day, bro.
Yeah, like this is the reason why I buy some movies, because I go in IMDb. What? He's playing Odin? I need that movie. And the wonderful thing, there is also another movie on it, Hercules Reborn, and there is Morrison, the wrestler, John Hannigan with real name, who plays Hercules.
Wait, John Hennigan?
Yeah.
This skinny ass playing Hercules?
Hercules Reborn, yeah. And this is a movie set.
I know you've seen Arnold in Hercules for AGM.
I think I paid €2 for the Blu-ray, and there's only awesome movies on it.
At least
Hercules
Arnold
hits
was
Manhattan.
built. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
How about you for
you
AGM?
have to go on IMDb and look just for some wrestlers or old action movie stars through the list, and you find some trashes.
I'm gonna have to look on YouTube for Kevin Nash as Odin. I'm gonna share that in the wrestling group chat.
Fuck Anthony Hopkins when you can get Kevin Nash.
Yo, Puff, was that Shadow Masters connected to Punisher? Because I have some Shadow Master comics.
Shadow Masters?
Yeah, with Hogan.
No.
No.
It
wasn't connected.
Oh.
But there's also another movie from the same director who did the Shadow Warrior movies with Hogan, where he wears a wig, which is strange.
Let me. I'm gonna look it up real quick and screen share it.
Man, you need to screen share that damn Flintstones cartoon where they're smoking them cigarettes, man. Your ass will laugh your ass off.
I'll look it up, Stone Cold.
The Flintstones in the Marlboro commercial, they smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I think it was Camel, or it might have been older.
Camels. I'm not sure if it's Marlboros or Camels. It might have been Camels. That shit is so funny, man. They say, let's go around back so we can smoke up and not get caught.
Could you pop up and tell them to stop or something?
There it is.
It's so good.
Oh,
Shadow
wow.
Warriors and Shadow Warriors 2.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Oh, here it is. Yeah, you're right, Stone Cold. I see it. He also has one for Busch Beer.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I think I see that one too.
You see this?
This movie has some top-notch one-liners.
Oh yeah. Man, I watched
wait.
this on TNT.
Biggie, that shit is so funny.
It's pretty funny, bro. They got Barney and Fred at the gate, like talking to each other, sneaking and smoking. Fucking Wilma's cutting the grass. Wilma's cutting the grass.
The women are working and they're smoking cigarettes.
This movie is from the same director.
Yeah.
This is basically a Commando ripoff.
Let's go around back where we can't see him. Fred? Okay. How's about taking a nap? I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break.
That's a big God. That was a huge pack of cigarettes, man.
Yeah. That's the plan. Yeah, Fred. But the blend makes the big taste difference, and only Winston has it up front where it counts. Here, ahead is a pure white filter. Winston packs right for that goes and specially processed.
See, look at that, Fred. Like, man, if you don't
Like,
get
what the hell is he doing?
Tastes good, like cigarette Winston.
Damn.
That was crazy, man. They snuck around back so they didn't have to do no work and get a smoke break.
Yeah, he's like, yo, Barney, our girls sure are working hard. Barney goes, yeah, let's walk around back so we don't have to watch them.
But you have to watch The Ultimate Weapon because this is basically Commando if Hulk Hogan would play John Matrix.
What in the hell, bro? Where y'all coming up with this shit?
Yeah.
That's 2 movies I ain't seen now, bro. I'm blown away, dude.
It's until you have
to look up his IMDb.
Take off your bandana until you have watched them.
I'm gonna watch them all, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, I watched a couple of Hogan movies.
I'm watching everything but the porno because I'm not gay. I'm not watching, I don't want to see Hogan's leg drop.
Yeah. There's also one movie where he's playing Zeus.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
the little Hercules or something, was it?
I've seen that one.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a Disney movie, I think.
He also plays Santa in one of the movies.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I watched that one. That one's good, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, he rips off his sleeves and he's whooping all the other elves and shit, bro. That's a good movie, dude.
Yeah. But the craziest movie, it's such a bad movie. But as a kid, I had it on VHS and I watched it like every week because it was a huge Hogan mark. There's Suburban Commando.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
It's like when you have the Undertaker, Mark Calloway, like as one of the bounty hunters.
Bro, I was thrown off watching that as a kid, and he opened his mouth to talk, and he had the baby voice. I was like,
yeah, that's funny. Hey guys, I'm gonna get back to being daddy daycare, bro. I'm gonna get out of here, man.
All right, Biggie.
Yeah.
For the 5th time. I've been on here 5 times now.
Yeah, that's a record.
Yeah,
But
I broke my own
it's
record.
crazy. It's impossible to get a DVD copy of Suburban Commando for a human price because they're sold out and they're so. I think you have to pay $100 or something for a copy, and they should release that movie on Blu-ray. These movies are so undervalued. It's a shitty movie, but it's such a good shitty movie.
Oh, there's a bunch of great shitty movies, man.
Yeah, it ain't about nothing.
Yeah, next week I'm going to do like an Ralph Möller week.
That's best of the best? Oh,
It's
man.
the second movie, where he's playing Brackus.
Bro, I love those best of the best movies, man.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get ready to get off.
Yeah, it's late,
Get
man.
Otherwise, this will never end.
I know, right? Plus, you got Mainframe Comic Con on right now, so I want to check out some of their videos.
All right.
And Al, if y'all on tonight, if y'all come on tonight, make sure you hit me up.
Will do, sir.
Yeah, man. We'll holler at y'all. I'll holler at y'all later then.
All right, y'all. This has been Chatting with the Comic Community Saturday morning cartoon special. Thank everybody for showing up in the panels. Boatwright, Steve, Al, arranging. It was great to have Sharon on here with Cade and my comic store guy, Al, Epic Comics. It's great having him on the show. And everybody else that came through, Biggie Shaq, and everybody in the chat, Comics on the Mind, Aggressively Relaxing, who's always relaxing ever so aggressively. You know, Kavi and Javi and everybody that showed up. Thanks for watching. If you watch the repeat, I hope you enjoy this fun trip down memory lane with Saturday morning cartoons. And leave a comment below, on cartoons that we may have missed out, because there's been a bunch of them that we missed out on. So
we can
with
always
that,
do sequel.
yeah. And with that in mind, this is your boy Sean. Peace out, everybody.